going to have to say respectfully, I'm going to disagree.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
Sliwa, you made me laugh more than anyone today in the 2 minutes that you were on, so thank you for doing that.
Whoa.
All right, boys.
Hey, that's not nice.
So, I give up my master bedroom to my parents.
Ooh.
That's kind of weird.
With Sedano and Kap, your Wednesday afternoon right now.
Beep-ba-da-bop. Boop-ba-da-bop. That was also a weird intro to the show.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking
that
about.
was no effort there.
Yeah, no,
Chris
this is
had
an
no time for
old.
us today, basically.
This is an old generic rejoin. So I'm like, no imaging today. Like I did a lot of.
That's all right. He's been crabby the last couple of days.
He has been
yeah.
cranky as hell.
And I'm only half listening, so I caught it all.
He's so cranky lately.
He was.
What do you think the issue is there?
Lack of sleep.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got to get off the junk. Bad diet will really affect you.
Yeah.
And he's approaching 40. Morales is
That's
also he thinks he's gonna die when he's 45 in his sleep, and he's very morbid. Talking about mortality.
Yeah.
Enough of him.
What did you do
let's
now,
talk about
Mason? What happened?
positive.
I left my brand new USC bag.
Oh, it's
Brand new
really
USC
nice,
bag.
actually.
It's very cool.
You always leave something in here.
Let me see it, Mace.
I always
Let me see.
Is it leather?
Yeah.
Or is it pleather?
It's all right.
It's pleather?
It's like a
From,
plastic.
Tiffany, whose husband is a baseball coach.
That's right.
That's nice. This is a nice one.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Look at you.
Car chases.
No, we're done. They caught him.
All right. Hope for another.
Yeah.
Bye.
We'll let you know.
All right.
See you later.
Mashansky. He's funny.
He is funny. What do you got going on today? Why were you in San Diego?
Hey, man. You know what? I had to go check out what the Cappy cast is all about.
You did? You went down there? Just to listen to them?
Well, it does the work up here, so no, I had some things to do in San Diego, and then I made it an entire day. So had a couple meetings. And, Cappy would say, "Yeah, I got some meetings." So I had to be down there early. Had some things to take care of, and then I didn't want to drive back in traffic, so I ended up playing golf with a guy called Los Golferos. He makes those serape towels for me, so we got a late tea time.
Okay,
but I was driving around San Diego, and I was texting you like, "Oh my goodness, the Cappy cast, they're funny."
It's a different show.
That's one way to put it. But it was cool. It was, San Diego's a beautiful city.
It is a beautiful city.
Saw my buddy Oscar Valdez, a fighter, so I had to deal with him for a little bit. Then I had a meeting for the MMA guys that I work with out of San Diego.
Okay.
My boy Baloo. And then just driving around and seeing how the other half lives,
Yeah. I mean...
And I missed you.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you missed us.
Yeah. So I was listening. So I caught up on the podcast today, and Cappy's two different people.
Yeah.
He really is, he's San Diego Cappy.
He's
and then
super serious San Diego Cappy.
Oh, my God, breaking things down. And just to let you know, George.
Breaking things down? Why can't I get that Cappy every once in a while?
The Padres are the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
It is done. It's over. Blow it up.
Wow. They are little Padres?
That's what, according to the Cappy cast. Wow. And then they were breaking down Blink-182. Cappy
No, they were not.
No, they were not.
Yeah, they
he
were.
denies that.
Yes.
Oh, I heard
says he doesn't even know about Blink-182.
I even tweeted in the circle, Cappy is anti-face tattoos. Because he was talking about how, what kind of person gets face tattoos or neck tattoos?
Are you saying Cappy's not being forthcoming with us?
Both things can be true.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah, so they were breaking, because everybody in his crew went to the Blink concert, and he was talking about, as he said, the drummer with all the tattoos, like, he knows who Travis is. He's married to a Kardashian. He knows what's up. Cappy knows. See, I see. Ultimate guy right there.
So you're telling us that he was pretending yesterday, or the other day when we brought it up? He was like, I don't know who that is.
Oh, on your show?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he didn't know.
How do you not know Blink-182?
I was playing all the small things. He's like, yeah.
He's like, I
no,
don't really know this song. And I was like, I don't know. It seems like a weird thing to get so. He was like, so.
He was very hung up on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't know who they are, okay? That wasn't like my childhood. We're like, yeah, no one's accusing you of that. You're too old. And then he was just like, no, but it's not like I don't know them. I don't follow them. And I was
Definitely
like,
got
you
under
do.
his skin.
Yeah,
He was
about
very
it.
disappointed about
Well,
it.
his entire staff was breaking down the concert. They all had a good time, whoever those guys are.
They went with him?
No, the entire
They went by
the
themselves.
crew on their own.
Yeah.
And Cappy's like, the face tattoos. He sounded very old man. How do you get a face? What, as he said, what kind of job are you going to get with the face tattoo? Times have evolved, guy.
I love Cappy.
Oh, he's the best.
I wonder.
I love both of
I
them.
wonder if he's listening right now.
Absolutely.
You think Rachel will let him listen, or he's sneaking away?
I'm not involved in that conversation.
Yeah, I think he'll sneak away.
What's up with you, man?
You know who else you should love?
Oh,
Clayton Kershaw.
dude.
Because here's the deal. For as much as we've talked, and I've been guilty of it, about
all right, you got to move past Kershaw being your guy, like the guy who stops, the trend going south. Mm-hmm. He did it again.
Gamer.
I mean, 7+ scoreless innings. He's now done that 64 times in his Dodger career, more than any other Dodger. He passed Don Sutton. And despite the injuries, despite the age, despite all the challenges he's faced in his career, up, down, left, right, he's still a freaking legend, man. At the end of the day.
He absolutely, when you need somebody to step up, you're going to have Clayton Kershaw right there for you in the playoffs. And, whatever you want from him, he's been that way forever. And this is why you give him that 1-year contract to come back. And last night I was listening on the drive up from South LA, Terry Smith on the station. And you can hear the way Terry was painting the picture of Kershaw battling. Like, he doesn't have his stuff anymore. He is who he is right now.
He's a pitcher now. Because he can't throw 97 or whatever anymore.
So I had a couple conversations with people over the years about how you evolve. I mean, CC Sabathia actually said this in his podcast.
You learn to be a pitcher.
He learned how to be a pitcher because you can't overpower anybody, and he's doing this. And this Dodger team right now, you look at him and you're like, okay, who's going to step up? We're going to have a bullpen game. We're going to have a guy from the minor leagues, whatever it is. Kershaw, if he could, would give you the 9. He's going to give you everything possible. My problem with this is, damn it, how many bullets does he have left like this that you're using them in June?
In the regular season when you would want to use them when it really matters.
This Dodger team is going to compete at the end. But damn, take advantage of watching Kershaw pitch.
So my position on this yesterday was everyone is freaking out and it's only June. Like, they're still in this thing.
I heard that a little bit.
Yeah, they're still in it. Like, what are we...
Weren't you saying something about wait till after the All-Star game?
Yeah, well, no, after the All-Star game, like, between that area right before the trade... The week of the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Like, let's see where they're at before we freak out. Like, just relax. It's baseball.
Like, who's freaking out? The Padre fans should be freaking out.
No, but Dodger fans are not happy with the way they've started the season because, let's face it, for the most part, Dodger fans have lived a very charmed life here recently.
Yes, they have. And they've been spoiled. And I'm the first one to say it. Like, hey, their expectations are way too high, but that's what Andrew Friedman has done for them. This year, Dodger fans should curtail their expectations and be happy to get into a wild card spot.
Yeah.
That's what you have because you don't know what you have from these kids that are coming up from the minors.
Well, and here's what I would say, is that when you look at it right now, and they would be in the wild card right now.
Take it.
They would be the last wild card team in the tournament.
With all these injuries.
Yeah. So they would, like, if the playoffs were to start today.
Oh, you're doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, if the playoffs were to start today, they would face, I'll tell you right now, who's the third worst
What
record?
happened to wait until after the All-Star game and figure things out?
They would play the Reds. You wouldn't take a chance with them in a best 2 of 3.
I think the Dodgers anybody.
Right, but I'm saying, like, if they played the Reds best 2 out of 3 right now,
not scared
as the underdog, and they'd have to go play 2 in Cincinnati. Are you afraid? I'm not afraid.
No.
Right.
Why would you be?
So that's my point. Is that everyone's freaking out for nothing right now. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not saying they don't need to win games. I'm not saying that they don't need to, step it up. Of course they do. But let's just slow down. Let's see what this looks like in 5 weeks, and then we can reassess. And by the way, you know this. You covered baseball for a long time. You covered them for a long time. Mm-hmm. You know nobody's doing a deal in June anyway.
Nope.
Everybody's going to be doing magic post All-Star break. That's when deals will start to happen.
And you see teams like Arizona, they'll fall back.
They're young.
They always do.
They're really good. Don't get me wrong. They're going to be a huge pain in the ass for a long time, okay?
But they always fall back. They get like this.
But young teams will run out of gas.
Exactly. San Francisco, okay.
They have more veterans.
A little bit more veterans.
Yeah, but they're not good.
No.
Like they're not super talented.
No,
they're not more
no.
talented than the Dodgers.
So right now it should be, let's enjoy going to a Dodger game.
They've been healthier.
Yes, and the Dodgers are going to figure something out. And I know I'm sounding like a Dodger apologist right now.
No, but it's just
and I'm usually the
bro.
anti-guy. I'm usually the anti. The sky is falling with the Dodgers, bro. Right now I'm telling you, relax.
Urias is going to be back soon. He's already throwing.
Yeah, I would think he's going to come back way later.
Oh, really?
They're going to be very, very cautious with Urias. Not that I know anything, but
right. Don't aggregate you.
They're going to yeah, don't aggregate me. But they're going to make sure to err on the side of caution with Urias.
Well, they have to.
And
he will too because of his own impending free agency.
There it is. He's got a lot on the line in the offseason, so he's not going to come back too soon and give away free bullets.
Yeah.
There's no need for that.
No, I get it. And I don't blame him, bro.
No.
It's business too.
Yeah.
And I know fans don't like to hear that, but the reality is that man's got business. He's got to get paid.
And will it be here? We don't know. But
I mean, I hope it is.
But then if you have Ohtani talk, right? I'll tell you this, though. Yesterday, my group chat lit up every single inning about the Dodgers and Angels. Mm-hmm. I drove by Angel Stadium.
Sorry.
I drove by Angel Stadium.
Yeah.
And it was damn well all Dodger fans there.
Yeah.
There was Angel fans there, of course.
Yeah.
There always are. But the Instagram people that I follow who are also Angel fans are all posting about how so many Dodger fans were there. Because my boy, El Chunky, El Gordo Chunky.
El Chunky.
El Gordo Chunky.
El Gordo Chunky or just El Chunky?
Well, everybody calls him Chunky, but El Gordo Chunky.
Of course. I mean, you wouldn't be chunky if you weren't Gordo.
The pride of Pico Rivera.
Yeah.
Let's just say that yesterday, underneath the Big A, he took a banda there.
Whoa.
Because at Dodger Stadium, you can't tailgate.
Right.
Angel Stadium, you can.
Oh.
So he had banda there right when they opened up the gates, underneath the Big A, all Dodger fans, and people who I know that don't know him were all gravitating towards him.
Of course.
It was a party.
It's a show.
And he's going to be back there again today underneath the
Oh,
Big A.
El Chunky.
El Gordo Chunky is going to be there. But yeah, that's what it is.
What is El Gordo Chunky's real name? You don't know? He's in your group chat.
No, he's not in the group chat.
Oh.
Man. He used to work for Ramon Ayala, so I haven't saved under Ramon Ayala's guy.
I love how you just know him as El Gordo Chunky. That's the most...
That's like a Latino thing.
I was just going to say, it's the most
thing.
Latino thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Well, you know El Gordo Chunky.
Like last night I went somewhere.
Alex.
Oh, Alex. I mean, that's a pretty common name.
Yeah, I went somewhere and this guy's like, "Oh yeah, this is." I was like, "Hey, he had the Mexican flag on his hat." So I was like, "Oh, me llamo Laura," and then he's like, "Oh," the guy was like, "Why did you say it like that?" I'm like, "Cause that's my name." He's like, "No, she saw the Mexican flag." I'm like, "Yeah," and I was like, "What's your name?" He's like, El Gordo.
There you go.
That's how he introduced him. I'm like,
There you go. El Gordo. Everybody knows an El Gordo.
Yeah, I was
Everybody
wrong.
has an El Gordo.
And
now,
Flaca.
maybe
Yeah.
not an El Gordo Chunky.
No.
That's an interesting combination, but yes. I would
He's
agree.
bilingual, El Gordo Chunky.
Yes. Lindsay, do you know what that means?
Nope.
I mean, El Gordo means the fat guy.
Yeah.
And then Chunky is also just chunky.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
CH
So he's the fat, chunky guy?
Yes.
So
Oh, that's cool.
his name, CHONKY. Chunky.
Chunky. Oh, I see. That's an
way,
actually even better name, I think.
He grills. We'll bring him to the house.
All right, you mentioned Ohtani.
Yeah.
So MLB players, The Athletic actually did a poll of actual MLB players about what they think is going to happen with Ohtani. We'll get to some of that coming up next. Plus, there's some Mookie Betts stuff that it's out there that I want to get into. All coming up in just a minute. Stick around. Beto's in the house for Cappy. We're back in 2 minutes.
Shohei Ohtani to the Dodgers, dream or likely?
I hope he comes in.
You know, he's the Babe Ruth of our day, right? The pitching and the hitting together. Some people think that the Dodgers didn't make a lot of moves in the offseason because they were saving budget for possibly trying to take a shot at Ohtani. I think one of the things that people don't understand about the organization is they're involved in every negotiation. Just because you don't cross the finish line with somebody and sign them doesn't mean you didn't make offers or weren't out there looking to get the guys. They're making an evaluation between the length of the contract, how much it's going to cost, how it fits their roster, how does it fit their roster this year, and how does it fit their roster for the next 10 years. I think Shohei's abilities and his contract will possibly fit the Dodgers.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think they'll make a good run at it.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon drive.
Really? You haven't? Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Might be.
Your B.
On 710 ESPN.
There we go. This is the good thing of not having rejoins and Chris being lazy today. We can play music.
I mean, he is going to do rejoins. He texted me.
Oh, you heard that?
Nah, take the day off, bro. Relax.
He got stuck on a call, I'm sure.
Tucanes, huh? There you go. Hey, you know what I know? Because I've been listening to the podcast instead of the show live.
Yeah, sure. By the way, you can also listen to the podcast. So wherever you find podcasts, Apple Podcasts, the ESPN app, the ESPN LA app, Spotify. Feel free to leave.
Oh, is that Spotify too?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Feel free to leave 5 stars, and I don't care what you put in the commentary. Just leave 5 stars.
Please.
You could literally say we suck, but just put 5 stars.
Yeah. You don't hear the music on the podcast.
You're not allowed
No,
to.
you can't.
So it sucks because you guys are talking. Oh, what a great song! And I'm like, what song? Guys?
It actually is funny, though, because when they're singing along to it,
Oh,
it
yeah.
makes it
Figure
funnier.
it out. You can figure it out when we're singing. But the so there are some podcasts that will just have like generic music that they can play on the rejoins, like quick little music. But that's asking Laura to do a lot more work.
No, well, with us, like, not to get too into the weeds, we can't. Like, it would have to be
Yeah,
like
we
a-
can't like that.
Can't.
I don't know, because there's ESPN podcasts that do that.
Like, because somebody, Gabe, who I
You have to have the license.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
no,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there,
The
right?
licensing
There's
thing.
like, you have to have license to a certain
And-
bank of music.
Yes, and the large podcasts can pay to get said license.
Got
And then
it.
for
Oh,
ours,
okay.
because we're shows, they don't want that. I know what you're talking about, like the little stinger intro
Yeah.
music and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, they don't want ours to do that. But people have told me, like, hey, especially with, like, when I do the rejoin, and I've been doing the rejoin, they're like, it sucks because I have no idea what song, because I let it play for a little
Yeah,
bit.
that was me the last couple of days.
You know, they were like, what the heck? What song are y'all talking about? Because I can't. So, I don't know.
But it's
We'll
actually a
figure
good
it out.
game to play when you're listening. You're like, oh, like guess the song.
Like
There it is.
Luther Campbell yesterday was
Oh
Cappy.
my goodness.
Yeah, what is wrong with
Can we talk?
Thank
for a
you.
minute?
Wasn't Luther Campbell the guy that had that really, really weird song that he had us play?
No, Luther Campbell's Uncle Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't
Two
he have a
Live.
weird song that was about, like, it was like a,
They had booty music.
yeah, that's something like that. Yeah, and he had us
Something
play
like
it,
that?
and it was very weird.
It was very
like,
Miami.
Weird. What is weird?
Hold on, I'm gonna find it now because now I
Misogynist?
want to know.
I mean, back then, yeah.
I mean, you know, still
But
They had-
speaking of Tijuana, I'm going on Monday. I
Booty
decided today.
so jelly.
booty music.
I'm going to Tijuana
What
on
they called
Monday
it.
to go watch a baseball game. And I'm going to use it for my Miller Lite Minute. I'm going to go see the Toros de Tijuana. Oh, on my own. So
That's cool.
I got nothing to do.
El
So I'm just going
lunes?
to go. Yep.
What's Monday?
No, you can't go. You got to work.
I know I do.
No, I can't be in the car with you for 4 hours. No.
Damn.
I'm a fun buddy, okay? Yeah, whatever. You've never been in the car with me.
It's not the same. It's not Uncle Luke. I was just thinking about the one singer that had that really weird song that Cap was like, "Oh, you guys have never heard this song?" And we were just, it was a funny day in the circle.
Yeah, no, I would
Yeah, I
say
remember.
Cappy. I mean, that's the only mention he's ever had of Luther Campbell, and it's
Yeah.
Uncle
Is it
Luke.
like a country guy, maybe?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know, but-
Drake
No,
still
no.
raps about him.
I did.
I'll find it and play it for you guys randomly.
I did give Cappy his list, by the way, of like
You made
music.
a-
little playlist for Cappy.
Oh, for Rachel.
Baby making music.
What was
playlist.
on it?
You made him a bump and grind list?
Yeah, pretty much.
Good for you.
I mean, me and
There's
Christian.
no chance he actually plays it.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Does he know how to
But
figure it out?
I hope so.
Did you send him a Spotify playlist?
We did it on.
Or did you make him
Apple.
a CD with the names
No,
written on
CD,
it?
CD.
No
The Sharpie?
No CD. Yeah, but we have like New Edition, Belle Biv DeVoe, Babyface, Joe, like making good love, more and more by
Rachel ain't
Joe.
listening to this.
That's what Christian said. He's like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "I don't know."
Let's see.
Jodeci's in here. Freak.
Two
Freak me, baby.
Two
That's
people
so-
from
he
La
said.
Jolla listening to this in the desert. No chance.
Genuine. I mean, she knows Pony by Genuine because
Okay,
we
you
play
know
it here,
one
huh?
song because that's like the drunk girl song. Like, okay, we
Yeah.
can do this.
He said he had to put some John B. We had to put some John B in there so they knows it.
Some John B. You mean a John B?
Well, there's more
There's
than
more
just
than one. Laura did her job.
No, you did good. I'm pretty sure it's a great song. And somebody, as Tracy Morgan say, somebody get pregnant tonight. But no,
Mint Condition and Drew Hill. I mean, I
Mint
think we did it.
Condition.
We did
There's
it.
no chance they even get to the fourth song in that. Turn that off.
Anyways.
Turn that off, Scott.
Yeah.
Put some Luke Wallen. Or whoever that guy is. Morgan Wallen or something like that, right?
So coming up. Sorry, I mentioned earlier that we were going to talk about Shohei Ohtani because you brought him up.
yeah.
So, Linz, you had this story about the Athletic, right? Where they pulled about 100 players in MLB?
Yeah, they pulled over 100 players about of various degree of topics. And one of the questions they asked them was, where do you think Shohei Ohtani will be playing in 2024?
Right, so next season.
Yep.
And what were the results?
So
if you want to work backwards.
Okay, so backwards, the Yankees were 6.3%, not very many.
Of the 100 players.
Come on.
Wait, did a player abstain or something? Because
no, it was like 110 or 112.
Around
like
100.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
It was just
6.3. That's
yeah.
it.
To the Yankees.
And then 7.2% had the Padres and the Mets.
Okay.
His current team, the Angels, had 11.4%.
Yeah.
And far and away, the highest number is 57.2, the Dodgers.
Yeah. Dude, everyone thinks he's coming here.
That's why I'm like not on the side of that. Because once everybody starts saying
you're saying you believe the opposite will happen.
yeah, it's I mean, for some
Just
reason,
a gut feeling is what
the
you're saying.
Yankees are terrible right now, right?
They're not playing great. They've also had, much like the Dodgers, they've had a lot of injuries, but they're still like 6 or 7 games above 500
And what do the
like
Yankees
the Dodgers.
do? They throw money at you. You grew up a Yankee fan right there, right? They'll throw money at you.
But they're not the same Yankees
No, of course,
anymore.
they're not the same.
They're not the George Steinbrenner Yankees.
But if you have an Ohtani in New York, market number one.
Also a big Asian community there. Yeah.
And when he went there, they were selling Ohtani jerseys.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and they had Hideki Matsui, right? Like they've had a lot of
and
Asian
the
players
Yankees
there.
know how to accommodate when there's a crazy circus that follows a player.
They're going to be in the mix, of course. Listen, Ohtani's agent, is it Boris? I'm pretty sure it is.
It's not Boris.
It's not?
No.
Okay. No matter who it is, I mean, you could be Ohtani's agent. I could be Ohtani's agent. This is going to be easy. You're going to get the teams that are going to spend in the room, right? You're going to do this is going to be.
It's
you know
Nez
what I would
Balillo.
do? Who?
Nez Balillo.
Okay. You know what I would do? I would do. Remember when LeBron? This is going to be bring back bad memories for
Cleveland alert
for Lindsay. When LeBron did the decision, he had the meeting where all the teams came to Cleveland or whatever, and Brian Windhorst was sitting there in a coffee shop next door to the location. I feel like if I were Ohtani and I was his agent, I'd be like, "Hey, everyone, come to LA. We're going to do meetings here. You tell me what's up." Kevin Durant did the same thing during his 2016 free agency where he went to the Warriors. I think that's what I would do. The Yankees, the Mets, the Padres, the Dodgers, the Angels. I mean, maybe Boston, I guess, but I don't think he's going to Boston.
No.
But they have money, is what I'm saying. You wanted the teams with money to get involved.
Padres won't be involved with that.
The Braves have money. He'll never go to Atlanta.
No.
Right, but maybe you just limit it to those 5 because those are the 5 he'd probably want to play for, and that's it. And you just have your meetings with them. That's what I would do. I would string this thing out.
Absolutely.
I'd wait to see how it's going to go. I'd want to know every detail as to how they're going to implement me, not only from a baseball perspective, which is clearly important, but I want to know how you're going to help the Ohtani brand at this stage, because the Ohtani brand is a big brand at this
Huge.
point.
There's people in the Japanese media who are here just to take pictures of him.
Yes.
There's no, like in Anaheim, there's no access of him.
Right.
He decides, from what I've been told, he decides when he wants to speak.
Right.
And it's usually the day he pitches.
Right.
And only a certain amount of the media is allowed to ask him questions, the Japanese media.
Right.
He is very, very limited and guarded with them.
Right.
So when he goes to a bigger market, it's going to change a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to have to talk to,
But if
the Bill Shakens of the world.
But if a team says, "Hey, no, you have to," and he's like, "No, I don't,"
Or the Bill Plunkett's.
Yeah, Plunkett's the best, man. I love that guy.
Yeah.
But that's why I don't think a small market team is going to go for him.
Didn't he say that he wanted to play for a big market?
I mean, you can say a lot of things, Lance,
Well,
right?
if you were the
but are you
Giants-
going to say, "I don't want a big market"?
If you're the Giants, do you take a swing?
Absolutely.
I mean, they went after Judge.
Absolutely, you take a swing.
Yeah.
I mean, just think of how much more money he could make in endorsement deals and whatnot if he's playing even for the Dodgers versus the Angels.
Oh my God, it'd be incredible.
it's crazy. He's
every
gonna
night
play for
sold
New
out.
York or LA. He's gonna.
Well, I think
That's why I think the New York thing makes more sense. That's why players say only 6%.
Well, I just think people think he wants to be on the West Coast. So there's that. I mean, he had the choice originally, right?
Yeah.
He could have gone to New York
But
initially.
you go to Anaheim when you acclimate yourself to the United States,
Right.
and you acclimate yourself to Major League Baseball
Right.
in the States,
Right.
and nobody bugs you. Anaheim is the best place for a player.
Oh, I agree.
Ask Pujols,
Yeah.
ask Rendon,
Yeah.
ask Torrey Hunter.
Yeah, they
you
leave
go
you
there-
alone.
No, because nobody cares.
Right.
Nobody really
Grass
cares.
is always greener.
But in Anaheim, it's like, hey, I don't want to do this. Okay, great.
But it's to Beto's point. It's the perfect starter. It's like buying a starter home.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? You buy the starter home, right? and you got like a 2 or 3 bedroom place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you start to have a family, you got to get a bigger place, right? Now he's ready to get that bigger place, is what I think Beto's point
Yeah,
is.
now I'm ready.
Yeah, I feel like he's probably better off doing it like the way that he did it, because if you could be like Puig or any of those guys who went right into a huge market right away, I feel like
Dangerous.
they fizzled out pretty quickly.
Well, that was Puig's thing when he first came to the Dodgers. He's like, "Why are you guys talking to me every day?" Because in Cuba,
I mean, nobody talked to him.
Nobody, he wasn't allowed to.
Yeah.
So he's like, "You guys are in my space and this and that." So it's acclimating yourself. And then the Dodgers, they do a great job with their PR department of making sure that they get you there.
Yeah.
Anaheim, it's tough down there because if your star says, "I don't want to," you can't force them.
Right.
Trout doesn't want to, can't force them.
Right.
Pujols was every single day was, "Sorry guys, I can't do an interview. My family's waiting for me."
Yeah.
Really? Your family lives somewhere else? All right. Yeah. So it's just. It's just interesting, but yeah, Ohtani, my goodness.
Yeah.
I wish I was going today with Bergman, man. Like if I wasn't working today, I was going to go. I was going to actually buy a ticket.
Listen,
I would've gone for
selfishly, I'd love to see him with the Dodgers. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, we all need him there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be like a seismic shift. I don't think there's any question.
The money though.
What do you pay him?
$500 million.
Yeah, I think that's where it starts.
That's where it starts.
Yeah.
What do you think that the Dodgers need him more for?
Okay, let's do that on the other side.
Oh.
Let's do that on the other side. I do think they need him more. We didn't get to the bet stuff. Also, there's a Clipper deal that's happening right now.
For sure?
There seems one that's very much in the works. And then there's a potential Paul George rumor. So we'll get to all that as well. Stick around. We're back here in 2 minutes.
LA
We had our second annual ESPN Mandy Awards, Dress to Impress. I want to rate our radio hosts on a scale of 1 to 10 on their outfits.
You know, Steve, it's great that you have a personality because your wardrobe is garbage, man. I mean, this is questionable. But, you know, you actually pull it off. I give you a 6 just for the courage to wear this. Congratulations, my man.
Hey. Would you happen to wear that outfit yourself?
0% chance. I like this. You know, the jacket is subtle. You got to look close to appreciate the intricacies. The shoes are swaggy, maybe just not for you, John Ireland.
What do you mean not for you? That was it?
Yeah, just not for you, John.
Jorge, you know, this is swaggy. The jacket says I'm the man. I'm not afraid to take some risks, but the shoes show that I got some swag, you know, and I can be able to kind of dress it up or dress it down. Jorge, I commend you on this one right here.
There you go. Sounds like Jorge's the winner.
He's actually a Niners fan.
Yeah, this is trash.
The ballsy outfits you guys had on right there. I mean, I saw some risk taking that you guys had on, and I'll tell you, I don't know if I have the courage to throw some of those outfits on that I saw from you guys. So touche for that.
I rep my team, coach. Wear that red and stuff.
Yeah. So
Hey, you don't talk to me. All right,
You got
stay
it.
away.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly is right.
Sedano and Cap for your afternoon drive.
How is that related?
On 710 ESPN.
That's what I be doing. I be stroking.
Oh, Clarence Clemens. Carter, I mean, sorry.
What
Shout
is
out,
this?
shout out to Beto in Whittier in the community.
Get it right. His name is Beto.
Ay, perdón, Beto in Whittier.
I'm Bert. All right.
Anyways,
I was like, I knew it. I knew someone would,
the
would
circle
know
would
it.
know.
Who is this?
Clarence Carter.
Because he yells his name a bunch of times in the song. I'm stroking. You don't know this song?
I'm
This
glad
is
I
a
don't listen every day.
No, this is an old
old.
song from like the 60s or 70s.
And Cappy pulled this, and he was like, "Play that, play that." We're like, "Dude, nobody's heard this song."
I mean, some of it can get you gotta eventually fade it out at some point because it gets a little too descriptive.
1986 is this song.
86?
Yeah.
I thought it was the 70s. But that was a Cappy song.
And he goes, Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Some of these songs. Oh, no. Oh, the names of some of these guys' songs. No, okay.
I mean, the one we're just playing is Stroking.
Let me delete that from my search history. I'm on the company Wi-Fi. Cappy. Oh, I missed.
That's Cappy's guy, Clarence Carter. Clarence Carter. Clarence Carter.
I had never heard it, and when Cap played this or told us to play this, it was so funny. He's like, what is
he knows
this?
that, but he doesn't know Blink 182. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, Cappy is also an old soul.
He's also an old man.
Well, both.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. So you think Ohtani starts at $500 million?
Easy.
Well, because you got to pay him like a frontline pitcher and a five-tool player in the field and at bat. So Lindsay, you asked the question that what do the Dodgers need him more for?
Yeah, pitching or hitting.
Oh, I would say pitching for sure. Yeah, I mean they need him more for that. If there was one way you had to lean, because the Dodgers hit fine.
But he's so good. He's such a good hitter.
Oh, no, of course, yeah. But I mean, if there's one thing they need him more for, then it's definitely that.
Like Juan Soto was offered what? 440.
He turned down 440.
He turned down 440.
Yeah.
15-year 440 he was offered.
Right.
So if that's Juan Soto, who just hits, Ohtani.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a 15-year thing.
No,
for
but just the money-wise, right?
Yeah.
Ohtani, who hits, pitches, and puts butts in the seats every single game.
Yeah. Kirchin says it could be 600.
Yeah, I think that sounds more realistic.
Yeah. Above, approaching that.
He says it could be 600.
We've never seen anything like this.
I mean, no, we haven't. I mean, you could say that maybe somebody's grandfather saw Babe Ruth.
Okay, but even then, though.
But it's different. Different game.
And this guy's a worldwide. And we don't know anything about him, George.
No, we don't. I don't know anything about him.
Nothing.
I know he's just really good.
Yes. Really good.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
from what it sounds like, a real nice guy.
Like, what do you know about Nikola Jokic? You know that he likes horses.
And his brothers are crazy.
Right. And that he's good at basketball.
And he wants to go home. That's it.
But he did enjoy the parade.
And he was a chubby kid when he was little.
Yes. But that's it. You don't know a lot about him.
No. But Ohtani, for having over a dozen members of the media following him, it's so guarded with him. We don't know much about, like...
The person.
Is he married?
I don't know.
Yo, what's his family like? You don't know these things, where in an American player... We know everything about them from the time they're elementary. Because
my God, yeah.
There's rankings in the perfect game or the systems.
I mean,
whatever.
we knew LeBron and Tiger when they were children.
Yeah, well, Tiger was on with Jim Hill when he was 3 years old.
Right.
Like, LeBron was the chosen one.
Right.
He was on cover of Sports Illustrated.
Right.
He changed how high school games were covered.
ESPN put high school games on television for the first time with
because of him. Daniel Trigonis brought him out to UCLA, Poly Pavilion.
Right.
Yeah, it was a spectacle. Now it's natural. Like, now you're doing high school games.
Right.
Oh, LeBron's kid.
Right. It's crazy.
The Ohtani factor, though. Like,
I don't know anything about him. That is true. I'm trying to look to see, like, even like...
You're not going to find anything.
No.
Everything's very guarded. You know that he came
his older brother was an amateur player, it says here.
Yeah. I remember reading Dylan Hernandez, the LA Times. And don't get on me for liking Dylan. He trolls
Why do people not like him?
Because Dylan likes to
he's a
troll.
good writer.
I've told Dylan this for a long time. I've known him for a lot of years when he was a Dodger beat writer. If he would stop trying to be the troll, he'd be one of the best writers out there. Because his feature pieces are so well done, his reporting is well done, but he likes to poke the people. Mm-hmm. He likes to antagonize. He likes to be the anti-guy. He likes to be the curmudgeon. Great guy, though. Great guy, despite all that. But he is, Dylan is Salvadorian and Japanese. And he went to Japanese school on Saturdays here in Southern California. Mm-hmm. So he's fluent.
Right.
So every year he goes to Japan. And like that big high school tournament that they have, which is a huge deal out there,
right?
Kind of like the College World Series going on. Dylan would write about the next big guy,
right?
And he wrote about Ohtani when he was coming up,
that age, right?
And that we knew. So because of Dylan's exposure to him, we kind of got to him. And Dylan even says, "You don't know much about the guy,
right?"
And he's been around since he was a teenager,
right?
So they did a great job.
He started playing baseball. It says here when he was in the equivalent of the 7th grade.
Yeah, late bloomer, and he's a big dude,
right? Huge.
6'4", somewhere around that.
Yeah,
big guy. From the guys that I know that have been on teams with him, they say he's the nicest guy.
Yeah,
part of the team. He has the jokes. He cracks with them.
Oh no, they definitely you see him in the dugout.
Yep,
that he looks like he's having a blast with those guys.
If you ever watch an Angel game, watch Benji Gill, the Angels' third base coach. Benji, who grew up in San Diego, Tijuana, coaches in Mexico. Benji and Ohtani are like boys.
Yeah.
They have like their own special handshake, and
Right.
one of them finishes with pretending they have a tequila shot and throwing it back.
That's funny.
So that's and Benji's son.
So
his
he's
name-
got a personality. There's no question.
Big personality.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, but
We just don't know him.
you'll never get close enough to find him out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta get down there to a game.
Only what you see on the screen.
That's it. That's it. And he
But-
doesn't do anything in English. Doesn't have to.
Right.
Much like Ichiro.
Right.
Who
Ichiro
spoke
never did.
perfect English.
Right.
Told the dirtiest jokes.
Yeah.
And so see the camera? Oh, I need my translator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, right. He spoke perfect English.
Right.
Ichiro, I've been told, is like one of the dudes who just was perfect.
I mean, Ichiro was the guy though
Yeah.
for them. You know, like that was like Ohtani's like idol.
Mhm.
I mean, he was the first Ohtani.
See, but
he came very late.
He was late, but Ichiro liked being.
He's like Arvydas Sabonis in basketball. Came very late.
But think about it. Ichiro went to Seattle,
Yeah.
small market,
Right.
nobody around him.
Right.
Then went to New York.
Right. Right.
Ohtani, small market.
Right.
I'm just think something like New York media would love that. I mean, Mike and the Mad Dog. Imagine him, Ohtani everyday talk. Come on, the dog go crazy, the Pope go crazy. They
Yeah, but
need that.
Those guys aren't around anymore.
Oh damn it!
Not like working together.
Whatever.
I want Ohtani here so we can talk about him. So real quick on the Clips, because I mentioned earlier they're closing in on a deal.
Yeah, what are they
So it's a 3-way deal: Celtics, Clippers, Wiz. Wizards are sending Porzingis to Boston. Malcolm Brogdon comes to the Clippers, and then just like expiring contracts like Marcus. Oh no, actually, Wizards would get Marcus Morris, Amir Coffey, and the 30th pick in this year's draft.
Brogdon, is he healthy?
Yes,
he's healthy-ish.
No, he's healthy. He played
Is
last
he?
year. I mean, he got a little dinged up in the Eastern Conference.
That's the problem
Finals.
with Brogdon, right?
Yeah, but it was like small. Like it's not like a serious injury.
Okay.
That's a smart move for the Clippers.
Former Sixth Man of the Year.
Just last year.
Right.
Yeah.
I like it.
Can play point guard. Though still a little more of a score first point guard. But he's very good. He defends really well.
So do you need Chris Paul if he comes?
Yes. You know why? Because Chris Paul, the ideal scenario for Chris Paul at 38 years old is he's playing like 20 to 25 minutes a night. And you're basically managing him until you want him to be healthy, which, let's face it, the biggest problem with Chris Paul's career, and look, he's a surefire Hall of Famer, is that in the playoffs, he's been run down. But if you got Malcolm Brogdon, then you don't need to play Chris Paul heavy minutes. You can play him sparingly, you can give him nights off, and then in the playoffs, he's there for you. And that team sorely lacks what I call like the vocal leader, and Chris can still do that.
That he can do. So Brogdon would be, like I think it's like 30, something like that. 30,
Yeah,
31.
he's not that old. Yeah,
Just
Malcolm
the last couple of
Brogdon's-
years, he's been dinged up.
No, he's played though.
No, he hasn't finished the whole season.
I mean, nobody finishes a whole season. So
Brogdon shows up.
Yeah,
Chris Paul shows up.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris Paul gets to do all the load management.
Right.
Brogdon's your main guy.
Right.
How big's Brogdon? 6'5", 6'8", or
He's
shorter?
like 6'4", 6'5".
Okay.
Yeah.
Good size guard.
He's sturdy.
He was the
There's no
rookie
doubt.
of the year, wasn't he?
He was the rookie of the year. The year Embiid and him came out.
Yeah, because he was the
played more games.
second rounder, right? Yeah, he was a late guy.
Yes, he was. I want to say like
Let me look that up.
Like the 35th pick in the draft or something like that.
36 pick in
Okay, there
2016.
you go.
All right, see?
There you go.
I like him.
He played 67 games last year.
He's a dog. Okay, then I'm wrong then.
Yeah.
He's a dog.
Yeah. And he played 54 the year of the pandemic when they only played 60 games. And he played 56 the year after when they only had 72 games. So he's played a lot.
All right, I'm confusing him then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's...
No, early in his career, he didn't play a ton.
He tore his Achilles.
I don't know what the hell
But
happened.
he didn't play a lot. All right.
Now he plays a
Anyways,
lot.
this is way too much Brogdon talk.
Yeah.
But isn't that the kind of guy the Lakers would need?
He'd fit with the Lakers, but they can't.
I mean, they can't get him.
I don't
I'm
think
just
they
saying.
can accommodate.
My point is, that's the kind of guys should be.
The Lakers are in a weird spot, man. The Lakers are in a very weird spot because the D'Angelo Russell deal. I was talking about this yesterday. Has Rob Pelinka has a really tough job with that contract because he's not good enough to warrant superstar money or max level money. Let's call it right for his. But you may need that to facilitate a deal. But the problem is
to make the money work.
Correct.
Okay.
But the problem is you also have to calculate how other teams view him. You know what I mean?
Are they going to value him at that rate?
In an era where the salary cap and the collective bargaining agreement is about to change radically.
Yeah, you were saying that. July 1st, there's new rules?
So, you know how, this is way into the weeds, but so.
Explain like I'm a fourth grader.
So before, today, if I traded today, let's say I traded, I don't know, just pick a player. Malik Beasley. Okay. And he makes $16 million. I could take back 125%.
Oh, wow.
Whereas July 1st, that's no longer 125%. You can only take back 110%.
Oh,
if you're under this,
that
if you're under the cap.
Okay.
So that's 15% less you can take in.
So
that's not a small amount of money when you talk about millions of dollars.
Damn, they're screwed.
So that's why it's important to try to make a deal by,
that's why the Clippers are doing this deal.
Right.
That's why, because Porzingis is what, 30-something million?
Right. It's why they did the Beal deal. Phoenix did the Beal deal because the money changes on July 1st. All those guys' salaries go up, and then the rules change.
Forget it.
This is one of those off seasons.
So in other words, Lakers aren't doing anything.
I don't know about anything. I mean, what's not anything? They're going to probably re-sign Austin Reeves. They're going to probably re-sign Rui.
Yeah, okay.
They're going to have to use D'Angelo Russell.
Okay, but they're not making a splash.
Well, but what can you trade D'Angelo Russell for? Hey, let me tell you something. I don't know what his worth is. Like, I don't know. But I'm not paid to know. You know? And by the way, there could be more shakeups. There's talk.
See, this is why I don't get into hypothetical. Now I'm with Cappy on this because now my head's spinning. Now I just go because whatever you want to do, it doesn't seem like it's possible if you're a Laker fan.
I'm not. Look, stranger things have happened, but all of it is based around D'Angelo Russell and what his value is to someone else. Like, that's the key to all of this.
So we're being held hostage by D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, he's got the leverage.
First, he didn't develop when he got picked at Ohio State.
He's got the leverage. He's got a lot of leverage. And by the way, there's going to be more shakeups. I mean, there's a story last night, Mark Stein saying that the Clippers may be shopping Paul George. So, like, there's a lot of things in play forget about just before the draft tomorrow. I'm talking about before July 1st when all the damn rules change and everybody's salary, because the new year starts, everybody's salary increases.
Where's Larry Kahn at? Where's my guy?
So... Or Eric Pincus. All right, coming up next, let's get into some of the Lakers stuff because there's some chatter about some potential internal strife, let's call it.
Okay, and this is a lot of good sports talk. Damn you, Chris.
Let's get to that coming up next.
Ethos is
Shohei Ohtani to the Dodgers, dream or likely?
I hope he comes in.
He's the Babe Ruth of our day, right? The pitching and the hitting together. Some people think that the Dodgers didn't make a lot of moves in the offseason because they were saving budget for possibly trying to take a shot at Ohtani. I think one of the things that people don't understand about the organization is they're involved in every negotiation. Just because you don't cross the finish line with somebody and sign them doesn't mean you didn't make offers or weren't out there looking to get the guys. They're making an evaluation between the length of the contract, how much it's going to cost, how it fits their roster, how does it fit their roster this year, and how does it fit their roster for the next 10 years. I think Shohei's abilities and his contract will possibly fit the Dodgers.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think they'll make a good run at it.
It's time for what you need to know. What you need to know. Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
And what you need to know is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Beto. Woo! All right, so we got a little bit of a slight update on the missing submersible, which disappeared on its way to the Titanic wreckage site.
Right?
Yep. Rescuers have rushed more ships and vessels to the area where it disappeared. They're hoping that underwater sounds that they detected for a second straight day might help narrow down their search in an increasingly urgent mission. Crews are scouring an area twice the size of Connecticut in waters 2.5 miles deep, as authorities are still holding out hope of saving the 5 passengers on board the Titan. But even those who expressed optimism warned that many obstacles remain, from pinpointing the vessel's location to reaching it with rescue equipment to actually bringing it to the surface. And all that has to happen before their oxygen supply runs out, which is likely going to happen tomorrow morning.
In less than 12 hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're still hearing those sounds. It sounds like banging.
Right.
But they still have not found them. So
Can't wait for the 30 for 30 on this.
It's not going to be a 30 for 30, that's for sure. But it's... So what can they hear?
They've heard like this banging noise, like a constant banging noise that sounds like it could even be like Morse code for SOS.
Mm-hmm. Because they feel like the only thing that could be looking for them at this point is like military, like personnel and people that are very trained for that. So they think that that's what the banging is. Like that's what's catching attention.
Yeah, there's some plane that flies overhead or a helicopter where they have the capability to listen to sounds that deep into the ocean, which most things don't.
Right, so they know kind of sort of where they are, but not where they are.
A general idea, not close enough to like go down because it's small.
Well, and here's the thing. The other part, and this is a horrific story.
It is.
Yeah, you say that. I'm not.
No, it's horrific. People are going to die.
Yeah,
But, like, you know what you're doing. You paid $250,000 for this.
Yes, I understand.
I should be more sympathetic, but nah.
Two things can be true at once.
I'm with you. After seeing like how jerry-rigged this thing is, I don't know why these people would even pay to get on it.
And then they get there, what are they going to look at? Like, they're just going to say, hey, we're looking, hey, there's Rose.
Well, you
There's
can
a diamond from the
kind of
Titanic.
see it if you're down there,
And then
I guess. I don't know.
They
I
just
think it'd be
wanted
cool to look at.
I think they wanted like, oh, I went.
Right. Well, one of the guys that went to space with Richard Branson, so there's
Yeah.
that. But
I'll go to space.
I'm cool with space too.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
But no.
So here's the thing. It's got to be incredibly like. First of all, even if they found them, because of the pressure,
yes,
you have to bring them up slowly.
Yep.
Like, you can't.
It's going to explode, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then the other part of the equation is, I think you said this yesterday, right, Lindsay, was that it's sealed from the outside. It's bolted. So then the only other way to get to them would be to try to crack that thing open, which then could potentially kill them as well.
Yep. It's a lot.
And nobody thought about that.
It's a lot.
No, I read an article that they had put this hypothetical out there, and the guy that did it, he was like, oh yeah, no. The reason why you guys got those findings is because it was the prototype, not the actual thing we're using. But it's like,
Man,
no.
give me $250. I'm going to stay home.
I mean, listen,
Seriously.
the fact that you know that it's counting down, like
Yeah.
the time is counting down, like that has to be as nerve-wracking as nerve-wracking could be. Like, I mentioned this yesterday, and I hope it's not the case, but I wouldn't be stunned if someone in there already has just like passed away of anxiety or heart attack, something like that, because of the
Like,
anxiety.
it's not that big. Yeah.
So I have a question.
Nope.
If somebody passed away, which I feel like there's a very high probability that at least one of the people is no longer alive, does that free up like any more time for them oxygen wise?
It
Possibly, but I don't know how much more.
Because what if they find it and like all but one are like dead, and this guy's like,
So
oh,
let's do the math. Let's do the math. Let's say there's 12 hours and there's
Get
5
into
people
this.
and there's 20% more oxygen. What is that really giving you? What's 20% of 12 hours?
hey, that could make a difference of one person.
No, I get it, but it's only giving you it's giving you less than 2 hours.
And if you survive, how traumatized are you?
Oh my God.
Well, the article that I was reading was talking, I was telling Lindsay this off the air, that they were saying that the people that are there, and, you know, like you said, one already went to space, and then the other one's the guy that actually built this, so he knows about this stuff as far as, like, the oxygen levels and all that they were saying that potentially they were guiding these people to do the minimum so the oxygen levels can so they could prolong those 96 hours, because if you literally just stay still, but imagine you're freaking out. I'm sure, I mean, obviously I've never been in that situation, but I'm like, I don't think people can stay calm where they would just say, okay, let me just sit here and do nothing.
So there was the Pope, who's in our, he just goes by the Pope, in our circle of trust, our community on Twitter, says they fear the banging is pieces of the ship that may have already imploded. Like, it's just like cracking.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm trying not to read
Under the
too much.
pressure.
Dan Lebitard had like a submarine expert on today.
Of course he did.
And
not
basically,
surprised.
basically that guy said the outlook at this point is very bleak. I'll put it nicely.
Yeah. That's terrible. All right, that is what you need to know. Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. I mean, just that's story.
How do you transition out of that? All right.
You don't.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Well, Cappy texted me.
Wait, about the story?
Same.
Well, I texted him asking him, trying to figure out what the song was, the Clarence Carter song, and he just texted me back, ... He
texted me, thanks
Nothing
for the
else.
list.
Okay. All right,
Right
Captain.
back. Got it. Don't need you.
Yeah.
Great show.
He did say to call him if we needed him. We don't need him. We're okay.
I think it would be funny, though, if one of these days we call him just to be like, what are you doing?
Call him at 6:40.
No, we will
We'll
be
be
out
done.
the air.
I know. Just call him.
Oh, he won't know that we're on the air. Yeah.
He won't know. He's like, hey, what's up, guys?
He did make it a
Dealer's
point to
choice?
tell me yesterday. He was like, I'm not going to be out of pocket or anything. Like, I'll have my
Why
computer.
did he say that? He said the same
Yeah.
thing to me. We were walking to the bathroom. And he like did it like super low. Like
Yeah.
he was like, "Hey, so I just want to let you know that you can call me if you guys need
He said
anything."
the same thing.
And I'm like, dude, it's your girlfriend's birthday.
Hey,
Like,
is out of pocket like a professional term or
That
something?
is a workplace jargon.
I'm starting. I got to learn this. There's a thing called EOD or
End of day.
or
It's like end of
COB
business day.
is
Close
close
of
of
business.
business.
See, I've never had a real job or a professional email, so I don't know this.
It's
So
funny you say that,
friends of mine
Beto.
were saying this stuff. I'm like, what's the COB?
We were talking about this last week. There was a story about like millennials and Gen Z kids like not understanding workplace jargon. And I said, next week we need to bring in one of the interns and ask them about a bunch of these terms and see if they know what they mean, because I feel like they probably don't, because I don't know a lot of them.
Because I recently learned per your request.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I had a boss who always write best, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. He always thinking best of me. They're like, no, that fool don't like you. He would just
Yeah.
sign best in his
Yeah.
name. Like, oh,
That's
and
not
then,
a good sign.
It's kind of a passive aggressive.
Yeah,
term.
exactly.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I don't work for him anymore. I should have learned how to play his game. Then the other one is I got to received.
Oh, that's a good one too.
yeah, I don't think best is passive aggressive.
It can. I
It
feel like a
can.
lot of times it is.
No.
Oh, he told me I don't like the way you sounded. Then best. I was like, ooh.
Because it's actually short for like best regards.
Well, then don't tell me that I'm getting fired or not fired, but like, hey, pretty much warning me to change.
Or it's actually short for best regards, wishing you the best. It's not like
Man, when I wish people the best, I really am wishing them the.
no, but I'm telling you, that's what that's supposed to be.
I get that, but I feel like that's just another example of how people like misinterpret things in this with this workplace jargon.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying like "I wish you the best," they write things like "best," and it's like, well,
Just
what
short.
is that?
Yeah.
You know.
Are you professional? Do you have the professional emails?
What do you
you
mean?
do because you have to work with like.
What do you mean?
A lot of producers and like.
What do you mean professional emails?
No,
Like-
because you work with a lot of different shows, a lot of different producers, and you have to have like the email chain back and forth, right?
So here's I found this blog. Forget best or sincerely. This email closing gets the most replies.
I don't want replies.
Most popular closings. Thanks in advance gets a response of 66%.
I feel like that's kind of passive.
That's like you better
aggressive.
do what I told
Yeah,
you, right?
Yeah.
Thanks 63%.
I do thanks a lot.
Thank you. I do thanks mostly.
Yeah.
Thank you 58%.
I just ignore because I'm like, you already told me what to do.
Cheers
Cheers. Whoa.
54%. Kind regards, 54%. Regards, 53.5%. Best regards, 53%. And best, 51%.
Lowest.
Damn.
No, but it still gets you a response rate of over half. So I don't think it's passive aggressive.
So I used to work with, rest in peace, Jose
Well, by the way, we'll
Pasolina.
get to the alleged passive aggressiveness of the Lakers in a moment. So,
Oh, there's a lot of best in that email chain.
Yeah, with Jose Pasalinas, and one of the things that she was very adamant about was emails and how to end them, because she said a lot of people don't get to the bottom of the email. They just read the
Yeah.
top and
Oh,
whatever.
no. Definitely don't bury the lead. Go quick.
Yeah,
Get to your point quickly.
And she said, but this was specific not for work, but, dealing with contracts and things like that. And she said, make sure at the end you put, it was something along the lines of, I presume that you have read this and that you understand, and it's like a binding thing in the email if I don't receive a reply from you.
And you don't remember what it was?
I can pull it. But what I was, anyways, she was basically saying
a disclaimer that you need to reply.
You need to reply.
You either need to reply or the assumption is you've read it. Right.
Yeah, that's something the interns should be taught, how to be professional emailers. Because
I feel like it's so different now.
Really?
Just the way people communicate.
All I know is if I'm emailing a vice president or if I'm emailing George Sedano, I want to make sure my email is professional as possible.
Sure, I agree.
Hey,
with
George,
that.
Short and sweet.
George, can you look at my reel?
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
That's true.
I get emails from people that want to give me their life story in the first email, and it's like, bro, it's a lot.
Growing up, I always dreamt of working in sports.
No, just tell me, hey, man.
I want your job.
Right. I'll take that. Yeah. Just give me that. I'll be like, all right, I can help you. You know, maybe.
That's like when I do guest requests.
I
just
don't
say,
know if I can help them.
My dad said.
What if they're not good?
My
Then
dad
you
said
tell
you were gonna
them.
hey, George, I'm coming to L.A. My dad said I can stay at your house.
I get emails from people, and I get and it's usually from people that they're like, they know somebody I know. So, and it's like, yeah, I'm always willing to engage, but like I'll give you an example. I had a kid here, I'm not going to say who it was, but I had a kid who sent me this email, and he was a friend of a friend, right? Mm-hmm. And he gave me this super long story about what he does and who he is and what he's doing and what he aspires to be, which is great. But he never actually told me what he currently does.
Oh.
So I just responded, well, what do you do for this? Because he said he worked for a baseball team.
Okay.
And I said, well, what do you do for this team? And then, that was my response. It was literally like, hey, thanks for the note. What do you do for the team?
Therefore, he probably didn't get the response he wanted because you had to ask more questions.
Correct. So I was just like, and
Straight
then
to
when
the
he
point.
wrote me back, it didn't even make, it was just like a whole bunch of.
He still didn't tell you.
Nothing. And I was just like, oh, man, this doesn't help. So I'm kind of stuck at, it's funny because this is a very recent thing this week. And I'm just kind of like, the email has now sat there for a day and a half because I'm like, well, I still don't understand what you do. So I'm like, you got to help me. Help me help you.
Exactly.
Like in Jerry Maguire. Help me help you, Rod.
The human brain.
The human head weighs 8 pounds.
That scene in Jerry Maguire when they're in the shower.
Dogs can smell fear.
And he's like, you don't know what it is to be me here for you. It is a pride-swallowing siege that I will never fully tell you about.
Cuba.
It's a great movie.
Heck yeah. It holds up still.
It does hold up.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, it does hold up.
The only part about that movie is when he's pretty much dead, paralyzed in the end zone, and then he gets up.
Yeah.
And
doing breakdancing.
Yeah, he's breakdancing in the end zone. It's like, oh, we're all crying.
I mean, that's when you know it's
Get up, Rod.
It's
Get
a
up.
movie.
It's Hollywood.
It's a movie.
It's like, oh, let me break dance.
Yeah. It is a movie. So there's that. But they had the real Monday Night Football cast on.
Yes, they did, and they paid for that, right?
Yeah.
You ever been in a movie?
I have not.
I think that's what I want to do now. I think I
You
want to be.
You want to be Beto Duran in a movie?
No. I want to be reporter number 6.
Oh, reporter number 6.
Yeah.
Reporter number 6 has got to pay something.
You have mentioned that a lot.
Because I got nothing else to do, right? So I might
You
as
should
well
talk to Mace. He's an extra in League of
Yeah,
Their
but
Own.
nobody knows him. I want to be known. I want John Beard from Arrested Development. People didn't know that he was actually a news anchor here in L.A. And he got that role in Arrested Development, and he made all kinds of money as a recurring role for them. So I just want to be like, they go over the top. Here in East L.A., Humberto Gomez blah, 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 Duran. I want to be that guy reportando.
You should have talked to Ramona when they were filming for the
no, because I was a
Sterling
professional
thing.
one. I want to be like a...
No, they hired an actual journalist.
She actually did put my name in the hat.
Oh, yeah?
For reporter 6.
Yep. To ask a press conference question.
Yeah, Rome was in
Sterling.
any given Sunday, right? He was in there? Or no, it wasn't Rome. It was a guy based... Oh, no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't there. It was a guy who was asking...
ESPN Cleveland station where they were in draft
Cleveland
day.
alert.
Yeah.
They were in draft day.
Yeah. Hey, Laura, can we just keep going here because we've already screwed the clock up here? Yeah, thanks.
Bring this back of your inbox.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Best, George.
Thanks in advance.
Yes.
I'm gonna get these down one day.
But yeah, so to your point, just do that. But yes, I Ramona did offer put my name in the hat to be reporter number 6. Now they haven't started filming that though. Yet.
I think they did start filming it.
Did they?
I think so.
Then they haven't called me to be reporter number 6. Damn. So it'll be someone
you're
else.
Big time though. See, you're actually a name. You would play yourself, right?
But I wasn't around then during the Sterling thing.
No, but I'm saying if there's a movie that comes out,
right? If it was like in modern day times, I would be like, yeah, like I would love to be in those State Farm commercials. Like I could do a sideline thing.
yeah,
for sure.
something like that.
Yeah,
like Robert
me and Chris Paul,
like Robert Flores from MLB Network,
Yeah.
former Sports Center. He was in the movie the high school with Boogie. If you want to. The Texas movie, Friday Night Lights.
Oh, yeah.
He was like local reporter guy interviewing the running back. Like he was that kind of role. I want to be that guy. I'm going to go get headshots. That's it.
Go do it.
I got nothing else to do. First, I need Botox.
No, you don't.
Oh, yeah. My 11s are terrible.
So let me ask you this question.
All right.
Okay.
Focus.
Because there's a couple of things going on. So there's been a lot of chatter because of the Draymond Green vacationing with LeBron. And look, now this Brian Windhorst story, is this sound or is this just like
we do not have the sound on this one.
Cool. So Brian Windhorst basically says that he thinks, and I believe this as well, that Draymond Green is going to re-sign with the Warriors. If I had to guess, this is my guess, not a report, but I would guess that Draymond signs like a, I don't know, 4-year, $100 million or something like that.
Damn. That much, huh?
Yeah, like 25 a year?
I was thinking around 80.
Or whatever.
Okay.
Like 3 for 75.
But it's his last contract.
Right. I think something like that, right? Like in that range. 25 a year sounds about right.
Ain't too much for him.
Okay. I think it's actually a really reasonable deal in today's NBA.
Yeah. That's the key. Today's NBA.
Yeah, I think that's a very reasonable deal in today's NBA, especially for a guy that's a big part of the equation there. But then the question then becomes like, oh, well, what about, is he trying to leverage something with the Lakers? Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't. Do I think he's actually friends with LeBron? Yes. Do I think that those two may or may not have a conversation about playing together? Perhaps.
But everybody does that.
Yeah, I exactly. And that's kind of my point. Now, do I think it actually happens? No. But I'll do this. I'll give you a fake trade that I know works because I put it into the trade machine today.
Okay, hold on. A fake trade?
Right.
That you just threw out there like a fan into the trade machine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's been a lot of chatter like amongst like media people. Like it's one of these stories that's like no one that like really like covers the league on a daily basis has said
so
this.
People in the league.
Right. It's not like Woj or Shams has said this.
Okay.
Okay. It's just chatter from like media people about, well, I don't know, LeBron and AD must not get along. Who knows? I've heard and hearing things that they're frustrated with each other. Blah, 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 blah. And I don't know that to be the case at all.
Somebody heard from somebody's guy.
I mean, whatever.
Okay.
I mean, listen, let me explain something to you, okay? When you're around somebody every day, over years and years and years, you get on each other's nerves.
Absolutely.
It happens to me and Cappy every day. And I still put up with him.
That's why Mason and Ireland don't talk outside of the show.
Correct.
Because they would kill each other.
Correct. Yeah, I've been on their group chats by accident because they think they're texting Jorge Briones and they actually text me. So I've actually seen what their group texts are like. No, that seriously has happened a million times. You have no idea how many times that happens.
And you don't say anything?
I just sit there.
Read it?
Yeah.
And when do they realize, oh.
No, there's been a couple times where Greg notices. And then I just laugh. And then I laugh and I also give like quick input as to like, I actually think you should do this.
No.
Yeah. But it's funny. It's not like top secret stuff.
No, but they never.
But the fact is
insult
that they
of like, damn, Sedano's ratings are better than ours. None of that.
No.
Oh, that's boring stuff.
No, it's show stuff.
Like today, we're gonna play Game of Games.
Right.
We should have won the Mandy.
Let's talk about this.
Oh.
Let's talk about
I'm
that.
gonna say the Dodgers this. You're gonna say this.
Right. I mean, it's not really even that, but it's just like show related stuff that I get tagged on because they think they're sending it to Briones, but they tagged the wrong Jorge in this case. So it's pretty
Keep
funny.
your Jorge straight.
Yeah. So anyway, back to what I was saying.
They get on each other's nerves. NBA.
Right. They get on each other's nerves, right? Maybe. I mean, what I will tell you is, having covered any sport for a long time, and you would know this about all the sports you've covered, eventually, like, guys, the longer they're together, they're going to have more opportunities to be annoyed with each other occasionally.
Especially in basketball because there's less.
Right.
In baseball,
there's a bigger clubhouse.
Bigger clubhouse, cultural divide, position divides. Pitchers stay with themselves, or infielders, or the Latino corner.
Right.
Basketball, there's only 15 of you.
Right.
And your roles are defined.
Right. There's only a couple stars.
And there's only so much room you have because you have a 7-footer here. You can't really spread out.
Let's just say, for argument's sake, that all this chatter, which I don't necessarily believe, other than the normal, hey, there's always going to be some rub when you work with somebody for a long period of time. Like there's never going to be always harmonious 100% of the time. But this chatter that AD and LeBron are quote unquote frustrated with each other. Let's just say, let's take it for face value, because frustrated doesn't mean that they don't want to play with each other anymore.
Yes.
Like it's not what I'm saying either. But let's just say, for argument's sake, let's say it is the worst case scenario. Let's say it's nuclear, that they can't stand being in the same room, which is not the case.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say that is the case, for argument's sake. Would you do this deal? Anthony Davis for Draymond, Jordan Poole, and Jonathan Kuminga. I would do it if I were the Warriors. I don't know if I would do it if I were the Lakers.
I'm looking at only
it does work in the trade machine.
Looking at it only from a Lakers side. Yes.
You would do it. Really? Why? Because Draymond plays more games than AD?
Because we know what...
Draymond is dependable. He's going to play 75 games or somewhere close to that.
And we know what AD is. And
what is that?
Not reliable. He's, as you would say, the Matrix, but damn it, George, that Matrix don't work, man. We've seen it. And Draymond comes in, and he's going to do what he has to do for you.
LeBron needs somebody that's going to take on the scoring burden, and that's not Draymond. And
but it's not AD anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, who's the scoring burden going to be on?
But
Austin
at least give me
Reeves?
Somebody who's going to have some kind of like red ass in him and go after you.
I know, but Austin Reeves is going to pick up the scoring burden. Like, that's the problem. Like, AD has shown us he can get. He's going to get.
He's also shown us he's not going to play.
Right, but he's also shown you this season. I thought he played well when he played. Now, he got hurt, like legitimately injured at one point during the season.
Yes,
but
and he's going to get legitimately hurt again.
And he play. I get it, because the biggest predictor of future injuries, pass injury. But he played through pain this year.
Yes, he did.
And was getting getting you 35-40 in those games.
And he changed things up in the playoffs. Great, sell high. I just don't. I
just don't think that's the only thing that really works, because they're not trading Clay and they're not trading.
No, I said we're doing the hypothetical if it was going to happen. Just to play your game, I would get rid of him, because you give me Draymond, he's going to come in there and he gets some pieces. But either way, though, you're not winning a championship with those two. You got where you're at.
You think it's done?
Yeah.
You think their championship window's closed?
Done. 39 years old. You got to where they're at. They got to the Western Conference Finals because of easier road, as you said. You got to line up right. Everything lined up for them, and they got where they're at. I'm done with the Lakers. Done. Move it. This version of them.
El Campeón at Le Champion Joe says, trade AD for Clay. I mean, you could make that work, but I don't think that helps the Lakers either. Mm-hmm. Listen, Clay had great, like he had two of the highest scoring months of his career, but you know, you want to talk about, like, we love Michael, but let's be honest. I love Clay, but I don't know. I'm not trading Clay for AD straight up. Like, that's not happening. AD has still got a higher ceiling than Clay.
No, not straight up. You got to get some bodies.
But their money is equal. Like, you got, there'd have to be more bodies going back and forth.
Well, the Lakers have no depth. You got to have somebody on the bench.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, the AD for Draymond, Poole, and Kuminga, it gives you Draymond right away. Mm-hmm. It gives you the toughness. Yes. Poole.
I just like Draymond fighting people. I just love that.
Poole can go off scoring wise, but he can be inconsistent, and it seems like he can be a little immature at times, which I don't think would vibe with LeBron. And Kuminga's a project still in a lot of ways,
yeah.
But an incredible piece of clay to mold, right? Like I think,
which they don't have.
I think Jonathan Kuminga, to me, still has a lot of upside if you get him in the right situation.
Yes.
But I don't know if he's, like, I think that situation is a place where he's going to play a lot. And I don't know if the Lakers is, I mean, I don't know, maybe, but.
I don't know. I just don't like AD anymore. That's simple as that. It's nothing, it's just more of when are you going to fall apart?
And by the way, Hooper's X, I literally started the conversation saying I would not do this if I were the Lakers. I would do it if I were the Warriors.
Oh, yes. right?
Yeah.
But yeah, get rid of him. Get rid of everybody. I just want AD for the show. I mean, Draymond for the show.
Yeah, it just doesn't fit, though.
I don't care if it fits or not,
No,
George.
but that
Give
matters,
it to me.
bro. That matters, bro.
Give
Come
me.
on.
We talk about we want Ohtani for the show. We want Draymond for the show.
That matters.
If we give Draymond 4 to 7, can we do that?
Draymond's podcast is pretty fire.
It really is.
All right,
It
coming
really
up
is.
next, award-winning radio Tinder.
Oh.
2-time.
Oh, and by the way, Rome
Back to
was
back.
in The Longest Yard. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, and I got a movie thing for you, but real quick, we'll get to that in a second. By the way, have you seen my guy Jacob's Upside Down TV spot? It's pretty
No.
badass. Yeah, you can, when you watch like Laker games, you can see it. If you haven't seen it, go to his website, calljacob.com, and take a look. The idea is if you're injured in an accident, your world may feel like it's turned upside down. But one call to Jacob at 844-24-JACOB, and your world is right side up again. Now, this is really important advice. It's really important to make sure you have Jacob's number in your contacts. I just gave you the number one more time, but I'm going to give it to you again. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. You may not remember the phone number if you're involved in an accident, but you've heard me talk about Jacob long enough to know that you'll need to have Jacob's name in your contacts, and you got to put him in your phone right now. Call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB, and he'll turn your world right side up if you get into an accident. Guys, a lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. You call Jacob, he'll win for you. That is the big key there. Call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB, or visit him online at calljacob.com.
It was a wild.
We had our second annual ESPN Mandy Awards, Dress to Impress. I want to rate our radio hosts on a scale of 1 to 10 on their outfits.
You know, Steve, it's great that you have a personality because your wardrobe is garbage, man. I mean, this is questionable. But, you know, you actually pull it off. I give you a 6 just for the courage to wear this. Congratulations, my man.
Hey. Would you happen to wear that outfit yourself?
0% chance. I like this. You know, the jacket is subtle. You got to look close to appreciate the intricacies. The shoes are swaggy, maybe just not for you, John Ireland.
What do you mean not for you? That was it?
Yeah, just not for you, John.
Jorge, you know, this is swaggy. The jacket says I'm the man. I'm not afraid to take some risks. But the shoes show that I got some swag, you know, and I can be able to kind of dress it up or dress it down. Jorge, I commend you on this one right here.
There you go. Sounds like Jorge's the winner.
He's actually a Niners fan.
Yeah, this is trash.
Super ballsy outfits you guys had on right there. I mean, I saw some risk-taking that you guys had on. And I'll tell you, I don't know if I have the courage to throw some of those outfits on that I saw from you guys. So touche for that.
I rep my team, coach. Wear that red and stuff.
Yeah. So
Hey, you don't talk to me. All right,
You got
stay
it.
away.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly is right.
Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, forhims.com/joy. That's forhims.com/joy for your free online visit. forhims.com/JOY.
Our 710 All-Star Friday night event presented by Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC is happening Friday, July 14th at the West Covina Sportsplex. Team Sliwa will take on Team Mace. Come press the flesh with the entire 710 family. Event is free and open to the public. There'll be food, drinks, kids zone, batting cages, prizes, and more. RSVP at ESPNLA.com for your chance to win special prizes at the event. Special thank you to Islands Restaurants, Fine Burgers and Drinks, and Simply Spiked.
The 2023 Los Angeles Rams schedule is here, and your Rams have their home opener on Sunday, September 17th against their longtime rival San Francisco. Then a 3-game homestand starting October the 8th against the defending NFC champion Eagles, division rival Cardinals, and Pittsburgh Steelers. Catch the regular season home finale on Thursday Night Football, December the 21st against the Saints. To attend one or all these games, head to therams.com/TIX, therams.com/TIX to grab your seats for 2023 at SoFi Stadium. See you at the Rams house.
Listen to Sedano and Kap more at 4 p.m.
And it is Sedano and Kap here Wednesday afternoon, coming up at 6:30. The Big A, courtesy of our friends at Angels Radio. And it is Radio Tinder time. We like to play a TV theme. How about this? This was the theme song to the TV show Ballers, which premiered on this day back in 2015, starring The Rock.
Yeah.
You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our sponsor, Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
You know, I stopped watching that show. I never got to the end.
I didn't either. I don't remember how it ended.
I went through the end. It was in Vegas, and it was just the last.
He was trying to buy the team.
And then
I remember that. I missed the last few episodes.
And he kept them in Oakland. The last season struggled.
Yeah.
Once they left Miami.
It was weird, right? Yeah, because then they were trying to act like they were in Miami, but they were in L.A.
A lot of it was filmed in Belmont Shore. I used to live down there.
Yeah.
So you would see the streets closed off a lot. So a lot of those bridges were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Belmont Shore has been used for Miami. Dexter filmed a lot of stuff down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good soundtrack, though. When you heard this on Sunday night.
No, it was a good show at the beginning. I liked the show at the beginning.
It jumped the shark. It ran its course.
Yeah, the last season was too much.
It should have been like 2 seasons, is all it should have been.
Yeah.
But I think they did 3, right? Is that what they did?
Yeah, I think it was 3. Yeah.
Empire.
Yeah. And I love The Rock, so I was in just because it's The Rock I was going to watch.
See, you should have been in that show.
Levitard was in that show.
Well,
he was in a couple episodes.
Yeah, but we need a couple. I mean,
but I was living
Jay
here.
Glazer was in it a lot.
Yeah, Jay Glazer was in a lot.
Jay Glazer wasn't in a lot. Yeah,
that's his guy.
Yeah. I'm not an NFL guy though.
But it doesn't matter. You're a Miami guy.
If they did an NBA show and I wasn't on it, and then I would be maybe I'd have more claim.
I'm going to become your Hollywood agent.
Okay.
All right. You have a NBA TV agent. I'm going to become your Hollywood agent. I'm going to be Ari Emanuel.
I feel like my agent also reps a lot of famous Hollywood people. So
well, then get us a show. Tell this guy or woman, whoever it is, get us a show.
Easier said than done.
The Latino Heat show. There it is.
Yeah.
Everything else on Netflix.
Right,
I just need a job.
What do you got, ladies?
You're always campaigning for something, Beto.
Because I'm broke. Kids are expensive. Don't
I
have
feel
them.
it, man. I feel it. And I don't even got kids.
That's why you're filling in for Travis and Sliwa on Friday, not our show. Because you got to do 2 jobs.
You know me. I sell out for $1 more. No problem.
Well, I don't think that their show is the outbid us by any means. I think it's
they
the timing.
outmandied you.
No, they didn't. We won more Mandy's than they did. I won 2 myself. You know.
Wow.
Just saying. Won 2 myself. How many people on their show can say that? 4, actually. 4 if you count last year's.
Not that they're in your office or anything.
No. I can't fit them all at home. They can't all fit on my shelves, and I'm not joking. They're huge trophies, and I only have room for them on 2 shelves.
Oh, Chewy.
Chewy. I was going to bring Chewy in a tux, and I really wish I did, so I'm doing it next year.
There you go.
What if he has to poop?
I think that'd be funny. Actually, if he pooped on the red carpet, it would be funny.
Probably not.
He's a very regimented pooper. So,
okay. Good for him.
Yeah, he knows what's up.
So am I. But anyway, go ahead.
Stop. Cappy's not here. Stop.
I was just
Somebody
gonna
had
say,
to do it.
That was a
Yeah.
Cappy line.
Yeah. Somebody had to say it. Yeah. Go
All
ahead.
right,
What do you
so
got?
for the first time, U.S. regulators on Wednesday approved the sale of chicken made from animal cells, allowing 2 California companies to offer lab-grown meat to the nation's restaurants, tables, and eventually supermarket shelves.
So they're not actual chicken.
Right. So
they're not free range.
Well, the cultivated meat is grown in steel tanks using cells that actually come from a living animal, a fertilized egg, or a special bank of stored cells. Then the products, they're made and they are actually meat, so they're not substitutes like the Impossible Burger or like the Beyond Meat, but they're actually made from the cells and, like I said, like the organisms of and eggs of the actual animals.
Right.
So it's not plant substitutes, not proteins or other
So
ingredients.
this is not a vegan option.
It's basically correct. It's basically meat that's grown in a lab, right?
No, I'm good.
Do you think it'll be the next big thing?
I mean, I don't know because I'm guessing there has to be if there is like some sort of what's the phrase I'm looking for?
Well, first of all, the biggest upside.
Yeah, what is the health options here? What is the upside?
Well, I guess the upside is that it's going to eliminate harm to animals, where you don't have to slaughter animals anymore.
That's what they're for.
Yeah, but that's kind of the circle of life stuff. I believe in that.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's a lot of
going.
people that don't eat meat for that exact reason.
Okay, I get that, but this is
Cruelty
also
to
not a
animals,
vegan option for those people
And
either.
then
Because it's made out of cells.
Well, some people are against just like the way that like they don't eat meat just based on how they kill the animals and slaughter them, blah blah blah. Or some
Okay,
people only
all
eat
right.
free range stuff, whatever. The other part of it is the environment. It's because farming and the way that they do everything has a huge impact on the environment, grazing, everything that it takes to raise the animals. This eliminates all of it. You're literally using a big warehouse.
I would prefer still the free range stuff and all that.
Same.
At the same time.
So swipe left is me.
Yeah, I'm also swiping left. Does it taste good?
Well, most people can't tell the difference. Is that in their taste tests?
You know how good and delicious Taco Bell is when you're drunk?
Well, you got to think
You know how
about
amazing Jack in the Box is at 2 a.m. when you get in those 99-cent tacos?
And that's not the highest quality.
And you know what that is?
$49.
That is pink goo being shoved into our bodies, man.
Right.
So I'm okay. Also, you got a little particles? No problem. Some kind of meat? Sure. Give me everything else.
It's just
You ever get a Big Mac or a cheeseburger from McDonald's and let it in your car for a week?
No, let's
No.
not talk about it so we don't know. Yes.
No, because it doesn't. It should be bad, right? No, it just stays plasticky in your car. It doesn't. There's like pictures of it. It doesn't. Does it disintegrate?
Never left that in. Yeah.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So just hey, fast food, give it to me.
All right. What's next?
Okay, so this one's a little bit confusing.
Oh, jeez.
But I feel like it's important to bring up. A class action lawsuit was filed yesterday against the owners of a local restaurant, John and Vinny's. The restaurant says that the 18% service fee attached to every check is part of a vision to make pay more equitable among all the workers. So it's a tip share thing. So they put 18% service charge on your bill no matter what. If you want to tip more than
You
that...
can, if not, forget it.
Right, exactly. And then they're supposed to take that 18% and spread it among all of the non-salary employees, right?
Right, so all the servers.
Correct.
Okay.
So the lawsuit alleges...
And the bus boys and girls.
Yep.
etc.
Okay. All right, so they get their cut.
Right. So the lawsuit says that they actually denied workers tips and therefore shortchanged them on their take-home pay because of confusion resulting from the 18% service fee. Because a lot of people, when you explain the service fee, they're like, wait, so the tip doesn't all go to you? How does this work? And they're also supposedly, I guess, reportedly, according to this lawsuit, spreading it out amongst people who also already get salaries. So
Well, that's weird.
the question here is, should every employee of a restaurant share in what customers pay for being served? Like, should they share all that? Should they do the shared tips?
Should employees share the tips?
Yeah. Like, if everybody, like I said, everybody's paying in.
Yeah, I don't. Listen, my wife would be a better person to answer this question because she actually worked as a server when she was young.
I was too.
I've never
had a job
as
so I
a
don't know.
server.
I've never worked as a server yet.
So I mean, and that's not anything other than it's just never been an opportunity for me when I was younger.
So they share the tips, right? No.
Yeah, it's like a common thing, right, Lindsay? Now
Well, they're supposed to, but
Yeah.
again, like, let's say I'm waiting on your table, right?
Uh-huh.
And I explain to you the service fee. Well, it's because we all split our tips here. If you want to tip more than that, that's great. If not,
Nah, you already gave me 18% charge. I ain't paying more.
well, what if like John Ireland comes in, who is a very gracious tipper and
I'm a
wants
good
to
tipper
tip
too.
more?
But if I'm already getting charged for the tip, why am I going to leave more of a tip?
But
Well, that's part of the
So
lawsuit.
now you want me to leave 30%?
the thing is also, right, if I'm not mistaken, is what she's asking is you already leaving the 18, right? Because
Yep.
it's there. And let's say you do want to do an extra 2% to tip 20, whatever. But what her question is, if I'm right, is should that person split? Because that's the whole thing.
Yeah,
It's
should
like,
everything go into the pot to be shared?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't
me ask
think
you a
it
question.
should.
Can
I
I
don't think
dial
it
out
should.
from here? Do I have to press like 9 or anything?
No, you don't have to press 9. You
Okay.
need to go ahead. So here's the thing. I have friends that are servers. I have friends who have restaurants, and they all share their tips. But I have heard.
You want to put it in queue because it might be ringing already.
Wait, who you calling?
Calling my wife. She'll
He's
have a
calling-
better
he's
idea.
calling his wife. But the thing is,
you guys FaceTime people who just call your wife.
The thing is, like for me.
Oh, hold on. Let's hear. How did she answer? My love?
No.
Oh no, you calling from the station?
Hello.
Kel. Kel, can you hear me?
Kel, you're on the air.
You're on the air.
Oh,
yes.
that's right. You're on the air. I have to say that. Yes.
You're on Ryan's Roses.
She knows she was on the air because I text her.
No, I'm just, you got it legally.
I know. Hey, you're on the air, honey. So
Let's just get it right, people.
So Lindsay had a story about servers pooling tips, right?
Correct.
So basically, this restaurant charged an 18% fee, and everybody pooled their tips. When you worked as a server and you were young, was that a common thing?
No. The only people that pooled tips were the busboys and the food runners.
So how would
Not the
that
servers.
work?
I'm trying to remember.
The best way to say how that works is basically they get paid out a percentage from what the servers and the bartenders make, so they can track
So the
that.
servers and bartenders, like tip them off their tips is basically how that works?
Of their sales.
I never did that. I don't know if I was supposed to or not.
No, but I have heard that. And
no, because no, but it also at where I worked, the food runners and they handled takeout, so they would get tipped on takeout too. So I'm not really sure how the busboys were tipped, though. That's a good question.
Okay,
I don't remember.
But you never pooled tips,
no,
right?
The servers didn't. No.
Yeah. So
No.
all right. So you would not go for that. Is my question when you were that age?
Oh, I would have. They just didn't ask us to.
Oh.
I would have pooled tips for sure. Yeah. Everyone deserves to be paid.
True. The thing is, I've had some waitresses that are not great, just saying. But what we do is we tip cash, because when you tip in card, they usually pull. When you tip cash, they don't have to tell the other servers, hey, someone
Right.
tipped me
Yeah.
XYZ money.
Yeah.
So that's why we do cash. And if we have a better waitress or
Yeah.
somebody else's table that is waiting on us better, because sometimes ours suck, we tip them better. We give them a 20.
What I
and
used
maybe
to do is I
whatever.
only claimed my.
Don't talk about this on the air. Don't you dare say anything.
You have to legally claim 15% of your sales.
Per best.
I totally did. Totally.
All right, time to go. See you later.
Bye.
See ya.
Tacos are here, so
All right,
bye.
thanks,
Taco
bye.
Tuesday.
It's Wednesday, actually. But.
Taco every day.
So tip cash, people. Tip cash.
I would say I bartended and served
You were right.
forever.
This was confusing.
Well, I just feel like a lot of companies do it differently, and at the end of the day, I just think that, I personally know that I bust my ass, like I'm working really hard. I do not want to pull tips with the dude over there who's taking his good old time, doing whatever he's doing.
That's true.
Like, I don't want to pull tips because I know that I'm better than, like, I know what I deserve. I work for what, you get what you deserve. You work your butt off, you get tips.
You earned your tip, and you shouldn't share a $100 tip with somebody who is worth $2.
Right, exactly.
Damn.
Just saying.
But some places, they don't give you the choice.
Yeah.
That sucks.
All right. That was very confusing, but nonetheless, do we have one more or are we done?
No, we're done.
Okay.
Sorry, Linz. I'm just being that guy.
It was confusing.
So do we tip
But
or
I
not?
was not the right person to
Tip
have
in
that.
cash. Tip in cash.
I don't have
I
no
try
cash.
to tip in cash
No,
when I have it.
it is better for
I never
them.
have cash.
When I have it, I do. And then what I do in the tip line is I
But
write cash.
Please do, because I've been.
I write it.
Hey, in
I
Florida,
write the
the
word
tip
cash.
is already included. When I go to Orlando, they always give me the check. Says tips already included.
yeah.
Well, that's this situation is it's coming up here where now they're saying they're not giving them all the tips. So
Yeah,
you
it
never know.
sucks.
You never
It
know.
sucks, man.
All right, Radio Tinder is presented by our friends at Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala. Award-winning small batch premium sipping tequila made from the finest mature agaves, available everywhere fine tequilas are sold. Visit their website, tequilamandala.com. Demand the extraordinary with Tequila Mandala. All right, coming up next, you and I, Beto, we're going to talk a little Raiders. Okay?
Raiders.
Yeah, there's some trouble in paradise, as I'd like to say.
There's paradise with the Raiders?
It's relative. All next.
It was a wild one in KC on Saturday, but the Black
112. Again, maybe on that Cappy and Rachel birthday playlist for tonight. Sedano and Cap continues.
Better use it.
Your Wednesday afternoon right now.
It's a good song right there.
Jamming there, grooving.
Cappy would be going, maybe for more than one reason. You never know. On Rachel's birthday.
You know they're going to fight, right?
I thought you were going to say something else when you said it started with the word F.
So did I.
I was
about to
terrified
say,
for
what
like
are
a
you
half
doing there?
second.
I know how to behave. I know how to keep
half second.
That's
I
debatable.
know how to keep a job.
For like maybe a quarter of a
That's
second.
debatable too.
I was like, is he going to say what I think he's going to say? And then you said fight, and I was like, oh, thank God.
No.
Yeah, because another dump. Like
I'm not extra. I don't go over the top. I know how to behave, kind of. But no, there's going to be an argument about something. Why are you listening to the station?
why are you playing that music?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably more.
Why
than
do you
that.
listen to what Laura gave you? I made you a CD, Scott. How come you don't listen to that?
It's Blink 182, bro.
I can't believe he took his day off for her birthday.
We are all no. He took
3.
the rest of the week off.
3
3
days.
days.
Beto. 3.
Oh,
It was a minimum of 3. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I think her birthday is actually today, though.
Yeah,
right?
it is. Happy
so.
birthday, Rachel.
Happy birthday, Rachel. What's wrong with you? What happened?
Be nice.
You know, some people are hopeless romantics just because you're not.
he's not.
He's really not. No, it's ella.
Yeah.
Like, take the weekend. And also for her, you know, I'm be quiet. She's not here to defend herself, but a little too old to be doing birthday week, birthday month, birthday this.
Laura's getting offended.
Oh, no. I'm not a birthday month person.
No.
I thought because you like flex
Oh,
your.
no,
Oh, yeah,
I
you were
need it.
flexing over there. Calm down, Mookie Betts over there.
It's
flexing.
Kershaw.
Oh, whatever. King Kershaw. Yeah. No. But yeah, no. Go on the weekend. Man's got to work.
Yeah, you do a weekend trip.
El hombre tiene que trabajar.
Exactly. Oh, my God. I don't even know how old
Pero
my mom is.
ella lo mantiene. So
By the
That's
way,
true.
Oh, for real?
yeah.
Come on.
Oh, in that case, go Cappy. Take all the days off. I didn't know. So he got a Bergman deal?
She's the sugar mama.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you didn't know she's the one to make money.
I mean, she makes money. She's an accountant.
And she has a bunch of businesses. And
For real?
oh my God,
yeah.
She's the sugar mama, dude.
Yeah.
Cappy has 4
Hey,
kids.
Cap, you know, I take it all back. You do you, boo. You do you. Cappy, take the whole week off, man. Take the whole month off. That's right.
By the way, when we were talking about the reporter role for the Sterling Affair
Ramona
show,
text you.
yeah, she said it was Bill Plaschke.
Plaschke took it.
Yep.
Well, Plaschke deserves it.
She gave him a list. They asked for a list of a couple names who'd be good for it.
Yeah, but Pesky doesn't win around the horn.
Who's good? Yeah, he does
Yes,
occasionally.
he does.
Oh, I don't watch.
I mean, who does? I mean, Plaschke deserves it. Plaschke's been LA
Nah, he is.
a columnist for 30 years.
The nicest man, too.
Yeah, he's an
Super
incredible
cool.
human being.
Yeah. All right, I'm not
Could
mad
have
at
used some diversity in there, though.
It's okay.
Throw Sedano in there.
You mean
I mean, listen, we could
that's
use
the
some-
entire business.
I was just going to say. I mean, we could use some diversity in the
That's
entire
true.
business.
I just think, you know.
Yeah.
You're looking at the entire
There-
diversity.
yeah, exactly.
Well, good for you, Cappy. Happy birthday.
So trouble in paradise with the Raiders.
Yeah, what you got?
Josh Jacobs. Now, what did he say on Twitter, Lindsay? What did he do?
He tweeted 2 words: bad business.
Oh.
Nothing else.
You know, being a running back right now sucks. There's no
Yeah.
way around it.
They're going to get rid of you as soon as you can.
Bad offseason for running backs.
No, just bad generation.
Yeah.
They don't get
running
the
backs.
that stuff. I thought you meant because you're not getting that second contract. You're not getting.
Right.
You're getting moved
Yeah,
out of here.
Running back was always the most interchangeable position in the sport, and what happened was teams just got smart and it's like, forget it. We don't need like one bell cow. We just get like 4 running backs.
Yep. Remember who was the Rams running back a couple years ago? Was Steven Jackson?
No, bro, that's way back.
Who am
That's
I
like
thinking?
St. Louis Rams.
Who am I thinking of?
Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley, right?
Yeah, he was great.
He was great, and then
That's it.
to the side, and then just keep on going, keep on moving. Like the running back position is just you get beat up so bad, and you're abused, and you're not getting that big contract anymore.
Right. That's why a lot of guys don't get drafted in the first round. It's why when Bijan Robinson went in the top 10, that goes to show you how good that guy is.
We saw him in Texas,
Right.
remember?
Because he catches the ball out of the backfield. Like, basically, you have to be like Christian McCaffrey or Alvin Kamara now to get paid as a running back because you got to be a dual threat. If you're not a dual threat, you're not going to get paid big bucks. Now, Jacobs catches the ball pretty well, too. But I don't think he's Kamara or Christian McCaffrey.
He's not your first round pick in fantasy. He's
No.
not the guy you're going to. But so he tweets trouble. What is
bad business?
Bad business.
Not good.
You know, the Raiders could just never get out of their own way. Just when you're, okay, Josh Jacobs, love this guy. Perfect guy for us. Perfect fit. There it is. And then.
Well, I mean, what if? Let me just play devil's advocate for a second here. What if his demand is more than what you would want to pay the average running back?
Well,
like the Giants are going through this with Saquon Barkley. Now, the difference with Saquon Barkley is he is more like a Christian McCaffrey or Alvin Kamara. He's an incredible weapon out of the backfield when catching the ball. His issue is health. But, that
was the same thing with Gurley. Remember the injuries that came to him?
Yeah.
You didn't know what was going on. He was trying to hold out to make sure he got some money.
But last year, when they decided not to give Josh Jacobs an extension, he then went and had the best year of his career so far.
Yeah,
so
bet
now
on
they're
yourself.
just like, well, got to franchise tag him.
Right, and then you're going to get paid whatever it is, $12 million or
why-
something like that.
have
Which
your
is still a
kid-
lot of money, but you're only on a one-year deal in a sport where there's no security to begin with.
Have your kid be a quarterback.
100%.
100%.
And then make sure that Danny Hernandez is the guy who trains him.
Actually, he said we got to talk. He's got some good news for us. But no, that's another thing. Be the backup quarterback. Good 15 years.
That's the
You'll be there
best
forever.
job ever.
Who's that guy?
Ever.
I didn't even know Colt McCoy
Colt
was still in the
McCoy,
league.
yes,
Yeah.
he still played last year.
He
Goodness.
played for the Cardinals.
Yes.
I did one of his games.
Who's the Rams guy? Chase Daniel?
Well, no, he's with the Chargers now.
Oh,
Chase
yeah, the
Daniels.
Charger. Yeah. Amazing career for
He
him.
was with New Orleans before.
Yeah, amazing.
Brian Hoyer is another
Brian
one.
Hoyer,
He's been
yeah.
around for
A
12 years.
backup
something like
quarterback
that.
is a good deal because you're going to
It's the
make
best
a
job.
couple $1 million. You're just chilling. You maybe get in the game. You probably don't.
No.
You know?
You don't get hit. Your body's fresh.
Yeah.
38 years old. You got the double pension.
Yeah.
Kids don't have to worry about seeing dad suck. Nobody wants him fired. Nobody wants to replace. It's amazing.
Right, and if the quarterback ahead of him actually sucks, they're actually going to be clamoring for your dad.
And then if he plays, it's okay, Dad. You're the backup anyways.
Right.
Like, the backup quarterback should have a receding hairline. Like, that's what you got to have. That's when you know you're in good hands right there. That's what, man, forget TV. I'm going to go be a backup quarterback.
I think you're a little too old for that.
Well,
I mean, you don't have the receding hairline either, to be honest.
Nah, some guys, I'll be all right. I can still sling it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Go to Canada.
But I think that
But the Raiders, of course, it's always going to be the Raiders.
It's, I mean, they're going to be bad this year. I am, listen, I know Raider fan. I think they're going to be bad. They're going to be bad. Now, Paul Gutierrez didn't think they were going to be as bad as I thought.
No.
Because
yeah.
I said they should tank. He laughed. He didn't think they'd do that. I don't see a good team on that roster.
They're just so...
Like, I think the Rams will be better than them this year. And I don't think that people think the Rams are going to be good. But the NFC stinks. The AFC is hard. Like, hard. And
the Chargers
they
are
play
good.
in a division
Yes.
with Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert.
So they had 6 wins last year.
And they, not to mention a division where Sean Payton is now in the division.
They also lost a lot of games, in the last,
Yeah,
minute
they
or
lost.
two.
They lost a lot of tight games, but the year before that, they won all those tight games.
I don't think the Raiders are going to be better than the Rams.
There's not. You don't think?
I'll take that bet.
You think the Raiders will be better?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Oh,
figure out what you'd like to bet.
Okay.
A bottle of tequila mandala.
There you go.
Well, that's like a Cappy bet where it's free anyway for either of us. So
That's true.
Let's do like a
Well,
lunch
you don't
or
like.
dinner.
Here's the thing. You don't love wine yet, right?
No.
What if I get you a really good bottle of wine?
I mean, Sliwa got me a really bottle of wine.
What's a really good bottle of wine that he got you? Do you remember it?
$25 bottle.
I do have a picture of it.
Tell me the name of it in the
Hold
break.
on, I'll have
in
I'll
the
have
break,
to look
it's
it up.
fine.
But because Chris was like, "Oh, okay."
I'm sure it is a nice bottle of wine, but I'll get you something nicer if the Raiders have a better record than the Rams.
Oh.
I mean, okay.
Something that will really engage your palate.
Okay, and if they don't, then I will get you.
You just give me whatever. I don't care.
A bottle of wine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't have to give me anything.
Oh, wait. Okay. Brian Hoyer is the Raiders' backup?
You bought lunch yesterday, so that's fine. There you go. You don't have to
he's their backup, which is funny because, everyone's talking about whether or not Jimmy G's going to come back. They could get stuck with him.
If Garoppolo's hurt, then Brian Hoyer's going to be the quarterback.
They're screwed.
Let's go.
Or this kid Aiden O'Connell who played at Cal or whatever.
Yeah. All right, so the Raiders over-under win total is 6.5.
Under.
Over, for sure.
Oh, there's your bet right there.
Under.
How about that bet?
There it is. Over-under.
Forget the Rams and Raiders.
Over.
The over-under 6.5.
Under.
Sedano takes under.
Under.
Lindsay over.
What's the Rams over-under?
It's probably similar.
I was going to say, I feel like the Rams, if it were 6.5, I think I'd go under on that.
Yeah.
All right, so the bet is the Raiders over-under 6.5.
Yeah. I'll take the under on that for sure. And I'll get you a bottle of Camus. How about that?
No.
I bought Michael a bottle of Camus Select. And he
Camus
said
Select
that's his favorite bottle. That's his
pricey.
favorite wine. Yeah. Well,
do you want Camus Select?
No, I don't need
that.
that.
Camus is good enough for me.
Yeah.
I just found Rams also 6.5.
There we go.
There you go. There you go.
What do you think, Beto? Rams.
I
over
think
under
Rams
6.5.
over on 6.5.
I think Rams will be better.
Okay.
I think they're going to bounce back. But the Raiders, Jimmy G, you don't know what he is?
Yeah, no way, bro.
I feel like this is something that like Cap could ask when we're at Rams camp. You know,
we got to wrap it up. So we'll take a quick break. We only have 30 minutes to go here, by the way. Coming up next, could the Lakers be making a deal tomorrow? We'll tell you the probabilities of that in a moment.
ESPN. Sedano and Kap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN.
It's time for what you need to know.
Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
What you need to know is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Linz, what do you got?
Well, I don't know if you guys saw this news today, but pretty exciting, I think. On Wednesday, SlamBall announced that it has signed a 2-year national broadcast partnership with ESPN for 2023 and
People love that thing.
2024.
Yeah.
They do. I've watched it a couple times, and I think it's pretty cool, so I'm excited to watch it. ESPN, ESPN2, and ESPN Plus will air more than 30 hours of live SlamBall programming across 5 weekends. The season will start on July 21st in Las Vegas and will end in mid-August with the SlamBall playoffs and the SlamBall championship game.
A friend of mine who worked for the NBA and was in the bubble told me that everybody, players, refs, coaches, they were all playing SlamBall in the bubble.
Oh, really? In the bubble?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy I know, Cy Young, who played in the original version. He coached at Luziger High basketball
His name is
season.
Cy Young?
Cy_Young is his Instagram.
Oh, okay.
I go to the Chunky, Cy Young. I got peoples, Linz. I got peoples. And I don't know anybody's real name. But he said he played in the original SlamBall, and it was just crazy because that's where guys are bouncing off the trampolines and dudes are just decking him. So now, if you know what you're doing, and athletes, guys get bigger and stronger, and the technology's better for TV-wise, I can only imagine this is where if you're a TV director and you have access to the cool different cameras, like that Skycam or the GoPros on people, whatever it is. This is going to be one of those where you're going to be watching it because kids this day and age don't really watch sports general anymore. They watch it on their phone and they're watching the clips. So if you see somebody getting run over, if you see somebody slamming on people, that's all. It's gonna work. It's gonna work.
It's made for that generation for sure.
Absolutely.
George, would you call SlamBall games if they ask you?
Sure. Why not? I'll call anything.
Exactly.
I don't care what it is.
I hope they ask you to do it because that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'd do it. I mean, I wouldn't. I would listen. Beto knows this. I don't say no to very much when they ask to call a game.
Not that, I mean, Car Chase Channel.
I was gonna say, I wonder who they will have do it.
You gotta have somebody over the top.
Oh yeah.
Like who? Anyone that you can
like
think
a SlamBall Gus Johnson or something. Not that Gus Johnson works for ESPN, but someone like that. Yes, I would agree.
But as an analyst too, you gotta have somebody who's just crazy. Who's like Jason Bateman in basketball or whatever. Like somebody like that.
Oh, in dodgeball.
Dodgeball, yeah. It's like somebody who's just over the top crazy to get that in because you can't go traditional broadcast with this.
No, I would agree. But
go like Dave Denholm.
Oh yeah,
Dave Denholm would be great.
Would be good for it.
Barrett Sports Media. Dave Denholm wants to call SlamBall.
Yep.
There it is.
Even though he didn't say it, we did for him. Yes. All right,
Cappy would be good for this, though.
Oh, he would actually. He would
really
be a good
would.
color commentator for it.
Yeah.
He's gonna need new underpants.
Yeah.
That'd be like his famous line.
I tried to get Cappy a sideline gig last year. Remember, he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, so I did it. Thanks, Cap.
Yeah. I remember that.
Wally Pippin Cappy.
He's holding out for Westwood One.
I mean,
ESPN is kind of a big deal.
I'm just saying, he wants to get back with his old crew,
Actually, I made a call to Westwood One too.
Oh.
For the Olympics.
Las Olimpiadas in Francia.
Next year. After that, if I do the Olympics next year, you'll never hear from me again because it's the last thing I need to do for my sports bucket list.
I've never done the Olympics, and I would love to do the Olympics. Unfortunately,
you can't. You have a contract.
It's going to be very difficult. Although occasionally they let people do stuff. Maybe here in LA I can slide in that, where maybe I could do some basketball. But it's funny because I was just telling the story the other day that we won an auction for some house in the French countryside, like wine thing. I stole this house, basically. Not literally, but I stole it in the auction. Nobody was bidding on it, and I waited till literally the end of the auction to bid on it because my wife wanted it. So we're going to go, and the Olympics are next summer.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to have it coincide a little bit. Maybe we'll go watch some of the games in Paris.
Yeah, I let you finish because what world do you live in where you're bidding on a French countryside?
My wife found it. It was actually. If I told you what the price was, you would be stunned.
It doesn't matter. What room are you in where they're auctioning a French
house?
Is it to own the house?
No, it's just like vacation. It's a vacation.
But still.
It's like a week. It's like an Airbnb type thing.
That's
in the French countryside.
And let me tell you
something.
So
when are we going?
I'm over here bidding for jobs, bro.
My wife found it. It was like a charity thing. She found it on some charity thing.
That's cool. Your wife.
And so I was like, all right. And she sent it to me. She's like, you got to bid now. She goes, she's such a rookie. She was like, she was like, there was like a pay now, like pay it and you win it now, which was way over the price.
Oh, you weren't even there.
No, it was online. Yeah.
Oh.
No, I wasn't like lifting a pallet or anything.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were. It's like when Elaine's on Seinfeld bidding for Kennedy's clubs.
It's not like Christie's. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think I am? This was online. And it was some charity that was doing it, and one of the items, I guess someone in the board or whatever has this house in France. So you want to house sit? You're more than welcome.
Hey,
you can throw a party at my house. I don't care.
Don't tell me. I'll do that twice.
But
go to the Chunky.
Go to the Chunky. Exactly. So there's a lot of tequila mandala.
Oh, your neighbors will hate you if I show with my friends.
But
so you go to the French countryside.
So we're going to go because the price on this. She was such a rookie. She wanted me to do the buy it now. You know, on eBay, they have a buy it now. And it's usually like double the price of the initial bid. And I'm like, hell no, that's ridiculous. I said, I'm going to wait this out. And every day she'd be like, are you still waiting? Have you not bid? I'm like, I got this. Okay. I've won a lot of crap on eBay before.
Yep.
Okay.
I go to events where it's like, oh, you can bid on used Clipper shorts.
I did it at one of the breaks and there was 10 minutes left and I sent the bid. And the person, I guess, who had bid before gets this email or text, and they didn't respond, and I won it. Yeah. So
I bid on Hot Wheels
for dirt cheap, bro. Like the flight is gonna cost way more than the house. Okay, so I'll tell you that.
Oh, here it comes. Oh,
but you got all those miles.
Cuban.
But I do have all those miles.
Miles and points.
But
for
I ain't got
days.
enough miles to spend my whole family to France. I ain't that got.
Are just you two gonna go?
No,
No,
we're
the
gonna take the
kids.
kids.
No, we're going.
We're going.
And Beto too.
Somebody's.
He can watch the kids.
Hey, look, I know my role during football season. I'm George's valet, right?
Okay.
Make sure those binoculars are good, everything.
Okay.
Hey, if he's in France, hey,
Tienes
oui,
que ir,
oui.
¿verdad? Yeah, we all of us.
Oh, hey, oh. Right here. Here's the text. Fancy Cuban. Mm-hmm. No way he's winning Man of the People.
No, I don't. I'm never gonna win.
He's
Man of the
never
People.
gonna win that.
But
Dude, who is this guy?
So
is that Gordo Chunky?
No.
I had to explain to my wife she's a rookie. This is not how you win a online auction, and I had to do it, and then I got it. So we're gonna go, and then I'm gonna pick while the Olympics are there.
dope.
Maybe on the way back, for like a day or two, we'll use my hotel points to like stay in Paris. Or
It was my buddy Mikey. Damn it, George. Now my wife is going to hear this and think she can win a French countryside. Good job.
Wait till I tell you. Hold on. Turn off your mic. Ready? In 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so we love George. That's it?
Yep.
Oh my god.
I basically got that house. Okay.
In what city? Where are we going?
It would be like 2 or 3 days worth at the JW Marriott.
No. You're
less than $1,000.
And it's a house. It's not just a hotel room. So that's what I'm telling you. I
in the
stole-
French countryside.
I stole this.
Are you going to wear a beret?
No.
I have one.
Cappy would totally wear the
I have one.
Raspberry beret.
You can borrow it.
But anyway, so I want to go during that time because I want to go to the Olympics.
Okay.
I want to watch a couple of events. I want to watch some boxing.
Okay.
I want to watch some basketball. And so I'm going to try to do that.
All right, so next year, Lindsay, July 26th through August 11th, we are not available.
Yeah, so I'm going to try. I'm going to try. If you're there, I'll go watch some boxing with
Let's
you.
go. I got to find a way. If I can do the Olympics next year, I will quit and I will just be gone.
No, don't quit.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
not
no.
gonna quit. No. We need representación. in
Nah,
ESPN.
I'm trying to be Cappy. I'm gonna go legit, Cappy mode, and I'm gonna go find like a.
If LeBron and Draymond and Russell Westbrook can be in France, why can't I?
Yes. So I'll go work the Olympics and find somebody from like Monaco, right? A Princess of Monaco or something.
Okay.
And just be at the Formula One races and be wee wearing capris.
Yeah,
I'll be
Wee's
done.
wearing capris, even rhymed.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
done.
But yeah, but
Good for you.
How cheap was that house?
Good for you.
When you saw that, when I told you that price, you were stunned.
dude, that's like.
Nada.
Listen, I can't Airbnb a house in anywhere in this town for the price I paid
You can't
for
even
that.
get a hotel in Paris for that price.
Right. It was so cheap. It was dirt cheap.
But that's how you do it. Like he has the right. But it's
Here's the
Latino.
thing.
He knows.
People think
No.
I'm fancy, but I'm fancy on a budget, bro.
You're a cheap fancy dude.
I'm a fancy on a budget.
Yes, you gotta be bougie on a budget.
Yeah.
Oh, you just pulled a Nordstrom Rack vacation.
I did. That's
awesome.
exactly the way to
Yeah.
describe it. A Nordstrom Rack vacation.
Good for you.
Inteligente.
The thing that's and I have miles, so I will use those.
Yeah, no,
too.
of course. Yeah.
But I
You
still
got a
gotta
free
pay.
vacation.
Yeah, not free, bro. I got to pay for those flights.
George. Okay, it's more expensive to go to Disneyland.
If I went to the hotel, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If I stayed at the hotel
Yeah.
there, yes, it would be.
Yeah.
Even with my discounts.
Yes.
Yes. For a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Right. So I got a deal. So I listen.
I am
I'm
mad
all-
at you now.
I am all about a good deal.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not bad.
I'm all about a
Same.
good deal.
I'm with you.
You got a
all
I
the
French
buy.
way.
villa
I buy.
on-
You know
You
when
and
I
that Groupon, you got a
You know
French
when I buy Nikes off the Nike app?
Yeah.
When I get the email that says 40% off.
Yeah.
Dude, same. You have to.
The clearance sale today.
Speaking of Nike,
I'm just saying. I mean, I don't got a guy like Cappy.
Cappy ain't got no guy.
So I'm a bougie on a bargain.
I almost
you know?
bought
Bougie on
some
a budget.
Yeah.
those pants. What are they called? Volari. I almost bought some of those the other day.
Viore, yeah.
Those guys, right? And I was like, oh, these are actually look pretty cool. They're nice joggers. I'm like,
Yeah.
$110. Cappy's got a guy. Then I realized,
Yeah, he's never gonna hook me
I
up.
ain't doing a damn thing.
Never coming through. But anyway, the Olympics will be badass.
Yeah.
I've never been. I want to. I want
I
to
want to work it. That's
Yeah.
one thing I'm jealous of Mason that he's worked those.
Yeah.
So I put the feelers out for next year. Even if I'm a runner, I don't care. I just want to work them.
Yeah.
That way I can be done. It's the only thing I've never done.
Dude, you should do boxing.
They don't do it radio wise.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. And then
They don't do. You know, it's been.
because the TV has to be NBC.
Right.
So it's I think it's
Telemundo.
Bob Papa does it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Telemundo does it.
Yeah, and then that's a different story. But yeah, I'm cool just going.
We can't get you on Telemundo?
No, I don't speak like that. You should hear those dudes call boxing in Spanish.
It's different.
If I'm in English, I'm like, oh, solid jab. There, un jab. It's like crazy. It's a different world, man.
Yeah. I watched the Mexico Team USA match on Univision.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Telemundo. Sorry.
Yeah, but because it wasn't on English broadcast.
It was, but on some random thing, like some streaming thing. I think it was. I maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Because there was an English broadcast.
Oh, I never really.
But
paid
I couldn't
attention.
find it.
No, just go to.
But no, I'd rather just listen to whoever was on Telemundo. That day.
That's it.
But in the meantime,
good for you. You're going to France on the cheap.
On the cheap, bro.
Yeah. Actually, had this conversation with my son Mattel because 4 years ago we were in. On this day we were in Pisa at the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Oh wow!
So I took him.
I've never been in Italy. I'd love to go there.
Oh, you are so Italian. You will love Italy, man. It's fantastic. But we were in Paris.
You fancy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after his 8th grade graduation, we went to, or culmination, we went to Paris, and then we went to Italy. So 4 years ago today, we were there. I'm like, you just got to see the world, man.
I haven't been to Europe. My parents.
You've never been?
Only once. My parents took me when I was 14 years old. My dad saved up for years.
I did too. I saved up for a whole year to go to
to go to Europe. He wanted to go to Spain, and we went for 3 weeks.
Whoa!
Wow,
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Only Spain?
Only Spain. We did. Spain is a huge country,
Yes.
dude. So we did Madrid, we did Barcelona, we did Sevilla, we did all the different parts. I mean, so I got to learn a lot back then, but I've never been back.
Oh, it's fantastic. It was the only time I went was with Mattel, but I even said, like, today was the day.
So it's been over 30 years.
Yeah. Today was the day he had his first drink because we were in Florence. After we saw the Leaning Tower of Pisa, we stayed in Florence, went to dinner, and then they gave him a little glass of wine. I was like, here you go.
I would love to. That's why I want to go back.
It's perfect. Aria will be perfect. She'll
My
love it.
daughter's old enough to understand
Yeah.
it. I mean, Mateo's not. He's just going to want to eat and run around.
Yeah, he wants McDonald's.
Right.
Can't go wrong with McDonald's.
Yeah. He likes Jersey Mike's.
Solid.
He's big Jersey Mike's guy.
Yeah, Mike's way.
He wants a number 7 Jersey Mike's. That's what his go-to is. I'm taking him to Summer League probably.
Good.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. All right, we didn't get into the Lakers potentially.
We'll do that tomorrow.
No, we can talk about it now because it's for tomorrow. They may make a deal for the 17th pick.
All I know is the Bus Brothers do a good job.
All right, let's do that now. We got to get back to break. Laura's yelling. Bye.
You never have to miss a moment of
Shohei Ohtani to the Dodgers, dream or likely?
I hope he comes in.
He's the Babe Ruth of our day, right? The pitching and the hitting together. Some people think that the Dodgers didn't make a lot of moves in the offseason because they were saving budget for possibly trying to take a shot at Ohtani. I think one of the things that people don't understand about the organization is they're involved in every negotiation. Just because you don't cross the finish line with somebody and sign them doesn't mean you made offers or went out there looking to get the guys. They're making an evaluation between the length of the contract, how much it's going to cost, how it fits their roster, how does it fit their roster this year, and how does it fit their roster for the next 10 years. I think Shohei's abilities and his contract will possibly fit the Dodgers.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think he'll make a good run at it.
And Cap more at 4 p.m.
And it is Sedano and Cap your Wednesday afternoon. Dodgers Angels coming up at 6:30 tonight. Hear the play-by-play right here, courtesy of Angels Radio. We got you covered, yo. 6:15 in the Southland. You know what we do around 6:15. It is time for the producer Laura rejoin of the day. Take it away, Laura.
Oh, come on now.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
There's a reason.
Is this on the podcast? Nope.
No.
Get out the way. Get out the way.
Move. Yeah. So
Who are you telling to get out of the way?
the people that do not know that when you're in the fast track lane,
The left lane.
yes, and you got to pay for that lane now, right? Coming
It's
into that lane.
expensive, too. Yeah.
Exactly.
Although, but be careful. Your boy, a couple weeks ago, got pulled
I
over
know,
in the
I
fast track lane.
Listen.
But you're George Sedano.
Wait,
No,
who-
man.
You
I got
got pulled
lucky.
over?
Homeboy didn't know.
Yeah, he talked
Yeah, I
about
heard that.
getting pulled over and, you know, the CHP being nice. But here's my thing. I get it. Like, I'm not asking you, and I'm going to lower the music because it is a clean version, but let's, you know.
But you never know.
You never know. So my thing is, I understand. I don't need you going 100. I don't need you going at a crazy, speed. But if you are paying for this and you are making me go 55 in back of you, there's a problem. Like,
Oh, I'm with you. Listen,
come on, man. It's not cheap, and I got to pay for it.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm with you. Like, there needs the left lane on every freeway should be a little faster. That's the reality. That's the way it's supposed to be.
It's, and then, usually when you're in the
Yeah, you're
freeway-
speeding, but no, that rule doesn't apply anymore.
You go a little faster.
A little bit, like 55.
Go 58.
No.
Like,
and then,
like if it's
no.
if the speed limit is 60, you can go a little like
70.
65 or 70.
Yeah.
Keep it under
Fly.
70.
Just fly.
You know what I'm saying? But this guy had me going 55, and I was like on his butt.
I will tell you this though. I have
was
seen
pissed.
a lot of CHP on the 110 the last
there's
couple
been
days.
a lot. There's been a lot.
The last couple days, they are pulling people over left and right.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got to make
Especially
that
by the
quota.
105 underneath that little spot.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
been
yeah,
hiding
yeah.
there.
And then also when it dumps you off, if you're in the regular lanes, but where the fast track dumps off by BMO Stadium,
Yeah.
right there, there's that little exit right there.
Yep.
They're backed up, ready to roll
Yep.
right off the
Two
hill.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, I'm coming on the 10 West, right? So there's where like Cal State LA is, like that
Yeah.
little trench.
Mhm.
It's a one lane thing. You can't go anywhere. You can't pass people. So you get stuck behind that slow AF car, and it's like, come on, man. Like, pull over to the side when you can and let me go faster if you really want to go 55. But I feel like a lot of people don't know that. I don't even think that person had a fast track thing because it was saying 0 when they would pass that, like, little meter thing. I'm just saying, if you're going to be in that lane and get the ticket or pay for it, just go a little faster.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit.
It's okay.
Just saying.
Speaking of a little bit, the Lakers are trying to squeeze a little bit out of that 17th pick. So according to Jovan Buha, our guy from The Athletic, they are trying to trade back and get more picks. Like, get a later pick in the first round and maybe pick up a couple seconds. Look, they need cost-controlled bodies. And you need to have a lot of... If there's anything to take away from these finals this past season, is like when you look at Miami and all the undrafted players or whatever... And Denver, guys like Bruce Brown were second-round picks, right? Like, there's a lot of guys in that. Christian Braun was the 21st pick.
Yeah.
Like, there's guys to be had later in the first and in the second and undrafted, and you got to mine that talent, man.
And that was Jovan did a good job in that story, too, because he gave you the options of what they can do. And again, credit to the Bus brothers, Joey and Jesse. They do an excellent job with their scouting department finding guys like that can help their team that are underdeveloped or overlooked in the late rounds. And if you could trade the 17th pick and you're getting 2-3 back, do it. Because whoever they draft at 17, George, isn't going to be an impact player for you right now.
Right.
But you can develop, you can build. And what's one of the things we say about the Lakers? The lack of depth that they have. Right? They don't have. They don't have it at all.
And
They don't have any bodies.
Right. And if you're going to be like most NBA teams that are contenders are top heavy, salary-wise, you need cheap labor.
Yeah.
You need guys that are cost-controlled and guys who you control their contracts for at least 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, and some of the guys whose names are around there, I think he mentioned 5 different names, like guys that are solid, they're good, mid-first-round picks,
right?
But not they're going to come in and make that huge impact for you.
Right.
So, hey, if you can go and get somebody to give you 2 more picks, do it quick. But
yeah.
That story's pretty interesting that he had the options of what the Lakers could do.
Yeah.
And the one about trading up was like, that was an interesting one, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't see that either. But what I think that, if you haven't checked it out, you should in The Athletic. But I do think that tomorrow is going to be fascinating because, first of all, everybody knows Wemby's going to be 1, but I think there's a lot of questions about who's going to be 2, Scooter or Miller, right? And then what does Portland do? Does Portland draft one of those guys? Do they trade the pick
They got the third pick
to try to figure out something with Dame? Like, I think there's a lot of intrigue, and then the lottery will figure itself out. But once you get down to like the Lakers, I think, what do they do? Do they trade up? Do they trade back? Do they accumulate more picks? There's a lot of stuff in that first round that I think will be interesting.
Yeah, remember they had Mo Wagner a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and you would have never guessed that guy would be a solid NBA player. Laura, let me know when we need to be out because I know we're going to the Dodgers-Angels game here in a minute. But, okay, you've got 4 minutes for dealer's choice.
All right, dealer's choice. So I said in the circle of circle of trust earlier today, I was coming in hot. I was in a bad mood. I actually texted you. So today is summer solstice, the longest day of the year. And I just woke up feeling pretty good, a little spry, right?
It's summertime.
So I always like to go and buy myself shoes for the summer that I'm going to wear. You know, some white ones, whatever. So I go down to a local Nike store in the South Bay. I'm not going to say which store. And yes, I'm going to sound like the salty Theo right now. But damn it, all I wanted was a pair of nice shoes and maybe an employee to say, hello, how are you doing?
Aww.
I counted
not greeted.
6 different employees who walked by me, who did not acknowledge me, did not say hello as I'm staring at the shoes. This is a Nike store in the South Bay. It got to the point, George, where I had a pair of shoes in my hand and an employee walked right by me.
And didn't say, can I get you a size?
And didn't say anything. And I was like, you know what? Forget this.
I'm out.
I'm gone. And I've been teaching
I've done that stuff too.
And I've been teaching my kids, like, look, when you have a job, if you ever work retail, wherever you're at, the most important thing is the customer service. I felt like being Julia Roberts right there saying, huge mistake, right? Like, I wanted, because I had money to spend, because I got a nice little check the other day.
Right.
So I'm like, all right. And I never buy myself anything, really. I usually go on the app. But I didn't want to go on the app and wait a couple of days for it to get there.
You wanted to see something you wanted to get right away.
I wanted to get them today and walk into the studio feeling fresh today. Like, you know that feeling when you have brand new shoes and then the summer whites and you're like, yeah. And because it's the Nike store, they're on sale today. But I was like, nah, forget this. I'm not going to give them satisfaction. I purposely walked out really slow, looked at the employees, and I found out here's what the employees of the store are doing. One girl was texting the other guy. She's like, he didn't text me back. Then there's one guy who's like, yeah, yesterday's workout was pretty tough. I'm really sore today in my traps, right? I heard employee conversations at the Nike store in Torrance. What up, Jesse? They were like having their own conversations. Just say hello to me.
Is this the one at the Delamo Mall?
No, not the Delamo Mall.
Because they opened a new one there.
My problem was I didn't go to the Delamo Mall.
Oh, that's your mistake.
So I went to Delamo Mall, which is right down the street.
Oh, brand new Nike store.
Nope, I didn't go there. I went by the Vans store. And I walked in there. Immediately, the girl's like, hey, how you doing? Welcome. Just let you know, shoes, buy one. The other one's 50% off.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, boom, no problem.
Done.
I walked in. She's like, hey, what are you looking for? I'm like, I want those brand new white checkered ones. No problem. Remember, 50% off on this one. Boom, great customer service. In and out in 4 minutes. Boom, great. So the moral of the story is, yes, I'm sounding like the old man right now. But damn it, when somebody walks into your store, say hello. Get off your phone.
Right.
Have customer service.
Have your Selena moment. You should.
Oh, man. Feeling pretty good now.
Yeah, I'm glad you got that off your chest. And it's true, though.
And the best part is, my friend is the manager of that Nike store.
That's why you said, what's up, Jesse?
Yeah, what up, Jesse? So, he was there. And I was giving him the play-by-play of what's going on with his employees. So you never know who might walk into your store. Yeah, I look like a bum. Yeah, the hair was terrible. You never know. But hey, just because I was wearing some holy baggy shorts.
Whenever I go to the mall, which isn't that often, but when I go dressed. I mean, I dress like a slob. I'm in like shorts and a t-shirt
I do that
and
all the
whatever, and like. I always, you know what? Occasionally I like to do. I walk into like a store that's maybe a little extra fancy in the mall and see how they treat you.
Oh, I do that.
Yep.
I do that when I go to the outlets in Cabazon. I walk into the Louis Vuitton or the Gucci. I ain't gonna buy nothing, but just never know.
See how they treat you.
Exactly.
I'm with you on that. Well, you feel better?
Yeah, I feel good now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Those hands are fire, though.
How do you feel about Dodgers Angels in 30 seconds?
Dodgers Angels. I can't wait to listen to Terry Smith call Ohtani, man. Anytime Ohtani is pitching, I'm always watching.
All right.
And the Dodgers are going to win tonight.
Let's hope so. We'll see how it all works out. Excellent work, Beto. Thank you for stopping by. El Tío Beto. Great work, Lindsay and Laura. Cappy's out tomorrow again. Beto's in the house for another day. So we'll have the draft coverage for you here and obviously all the ruckus after the Dodgers game here against the Angels. We'll talk to you mañana. See ya.
Prescriptions required.